they call it in New York? But I always give Mason a hard time. What do they call it? Broadway, not Broadway and 7th or whatever in New York. It was called like everything. The theaters were and all that.
Okay, the theater.
The Deuce.
Yeah, my mom. I got ripped all the time for having a Prius. Mine looked like I was a soccer mom. I had a van. It was just, I hated it. Imagine, so when I was single and I had this soccer mom van, I'd pick up girls and it was like, oh, hey, yeah, don't. It's paid off.
It was a Prius van?
Hey,
you want the best look.
You want to get down in my Prius?
The Sedano and Cap Morning Show is on the air.
The biggest show in ESPN LA history.
I was driving. It was like super early in the morning, like 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, and I didn't see the deer. And I hit it, and I didn't know what I hit. But I heard the crunch. You know what I mean? Like, I knew something was wrong. I stopped at a gas station. I looked at the quarter pound, the front quarter pound. I go, what the hell, man? There's hair, there's blood. I'm like, oh, no. So I wind up turning around, going back, thinking, what if I hit a person? I just didn't see him. So I go back, and I turn around, and there is a biker, and I can see his light. I'm like, no, I didn't hit this biker, did I? And then I see this deer stumbling across the street. And I'm like, oh, no, I hit this deer. And the deer, of course, probably went out into the woods and then got eaten by 12 coyotes. But thousands and thousands of dollars worth of damage to the Prius.
A little sabor.
Yeah, I don't think people like being called hacks.
You're the widow on the radio.
Giant Mexican, horn section. And
Did you have me on your show to berate me? Is that what you're doing now?
give me a freaking break.
I'm reacting to Art Bell.
Yeah.
Midnight in the desert. I'm Art Bell.
Scott Kaplan, eat a fat one, bro.
The Sedano and Cap Morning Show on 710 ESPN.
The all-new ESPN LA app and on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles.
We're bigger than U.S. Steel.
Wow, that's crazy.
Well, you want to woo-woo?
Bit Boy.
Right now.
Monstrous. Beto, I don't want to eat that. We did it, Dad. We did it.
You were riding high on the Stinger last time.
Oh, big time. So,
Right, that's right. Of course we were.
because that brother got nice ties.
Well, good morning. 7:02 and 50 seconds. This is a new one, Sedano. The Sedano and Cap Morning Show. The Cappy and Morales part of it. See, Ireland always said it was the Morales Morning Show. We are live from Providence.
It is today.
St. Joseph's Hospital in Orange. Cappy, you and I in a hospital lobby.
Yeah.
And for good reasons for once.
Yeah. George, we're here in Providence. And
well, not in Providence. No. That's in Rhode Island. This is at St.
Well,
Joseph's.
Rhode Island is in
Orange.
Providence, you're saying. Yeah.
Right. Providence, not Rhode Island. Providence, the hospital.
Right.
In Orange.
Yeah.
St. Joseph's.
St. Joseph. You got to make sure you get the St. Joseph's part
well,
of it, too.
Especially
well,
for
in a different hospital.
Like you, yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
right.
I mean, like, for example, by me in Torrance, there's Providence Little Company of Mary, you know?
Right.
So this is St. Joseph's. I'm a big St. Joe's guy.
You are a big St. Joe's guy. I've always heard that about you.
Oh, yeah. My son was born in a St. Joe's in New Jersey.
Okay.
Yes, that's right.
Is that a Providence hospital?
Yes. And if it isn't, I'm just saying that it is.
Beautiful.
But I'll tell you, George, we're here in the lobby, and there's this Starbucks right in front of us. And everybody here at this hospital is coming to this Starbucks. This has got to be like the number one Starbucks in America, I think.
Yeah, man,
Seriously,
that's how it
packed
goes.
here.
When you have a Starbucks inside a facility, it changes the dynamics. Like, we should have that Starbucks downstairs should be up in our office. Could you imagine that?
It's a good idea. Or we have like some sort of like a secret backdoor elevator that just takes us down to the Starbucks.
To the
get our
barista.
stuff, come right back up.
Yeah.
You know?
There is one, Cap. You didn't know that?
No, tell me more.
Oh, well, I guess you don't know the password.
I guess not.
So here's the deal today, Cappy. You and I are live at St. Joseph's in Orange.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
For many that don't know the bit,
Yeah.
and it's not a bit, and it really happened a year ago, and plus, about 13 months ago, I came here not through the front door, but through the emergency room.
Okay, you had
But
the password.
Everybody was telling me, at least you're standing. You didn't come in an ambulance.
Yeah.
I had severe heart failure. I spent 2 weeks here, and I never even walked out the front door. They took me out in an ambulance through the back.
Jeez.
So this is my first time in the front.
Right, nice
Because
place,
everybody was
huh?
like, hey, where is it? Where are you doing it? I'm like, the lobby. They're like, well, where's that? I'm like, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the lobby? I never saw the lobby.
Yeah.
But we're calling this the Morales Still Standing Show. Because I'm still standing. Exactly right.
Well,
Not only are you still standing, but can I just say how awesome it is that you had this heart failure. You came here to Providence.
And
St.
then 3
Joseph's,
strokes, 4 seizures.
Right.
That was in the ICU.
and still standing. And now, this is what we do. I mean, Chris was probably laying in the hospital bed going, they're taking such good care of me, and I love everybody here so much. You know what we need to do with these people? We need to make them partners. We need to get them on the air.
Yes.
And now here we are.
We need to do a beautiful thing.
Right.
They must have heard when I said, "Hey, Chris, at the year anniversary, that's it. There's no more. You can't say that. That's it. I almost died. Like they can't use that as a bit anymore." And then
guess what they did? They made this banner.
I know.
And here we are.
Nice banner, by the way. It's a really nice banner. Talk about a commingling of brands. Providence and ESPN LA. Freaking look great out here. And people are walking in today and they're like, ooh, look at us. We're cool. We got a broadcast going on here in the lobby. It's true. You guys are cool. You really are. Now, who's got my scrubs? That's what I want to know. I thought we were going to put on scrubs today.
You want to?
Yeah,
I'm sure we can find them.
I mean, we both look very good today, to celebrate your 1 year.
The jacket, you look no tie. I like that there's no tie. But you guys look good.
Neither of us have a shirt tucked in. That's good. It's kind of our
But you're
thing
wearing
here.
like J's. I'm wearing cowboy boots.
Yeah, I don't have cowboy boots.
We should get you some.
I'd like to get a
You
pair.
could be the Hebrea cowboy.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean?
I do indeed.
For your Jewish brothers and sisters.
That's sharp right there.
Exactly right.
They got a bunch of Jewish brothers and sisters here at St. Joseph's?
Probably somewhere.
Okay.
7:06 in the morning on a Thursday. We're still going to do top of the hour integrity, Sedano. And as you get ready for Detroit today, we have to get ready for Lakers back on the court tonight against the Suns. How's this one going to go?
Well, I guess it'll be interesting to see because the Suns are kind of dinged up, right? So if the Lakers are going to get a chance to beat the Suns, who have had, they've had some good games against each other, these two, one would assume this would be a good time for the Lakers to take full advantage of the Suns' misfortune, let's call it, with injuries at the moment. The Lakers are 5.5-point favorites on the road. So that generally bodes well for the Lakers. As I've told you, they are not good as the underdog in games. Well, recently they haven't been all that good, regardless of whether they've been the underdog or the favorite. But this is a really banged-up Phoenix team at the moment. So Lakers should win this one would think.
Walk me through the injuries, and I'm going to ask you that because here's why. So, Boston comes in, and we talked about this. They're still a really good
Dylan
team.
Brooks is out for several weeks. He broke his hand.
Okay.
Jordan Goodwin is out. He's also dealing with an injury, and then Devin Booker has been out of the lineup. Now maybe he returns tonight. I'm not sure. I'd have to look at the injury report specifically for this game, but he has been out of the lineup recently.
The only reason I ask is because it's like, okay, so Boston comes in, and they're not full strength, but they haven't been full strength all year because Tatum hasn't played. And then most recently against Orlando, you had two of their top guys out, which, I was looking all this up the other day.
Yeah.
Those two guys were 40 points combined between the two of them. And so the Lakers have played two teams most recently that don't have their full complement of players,
right?
And they lost those games.
But you're talking about a Boston team without Jason Tatum. They've played without Jason Tatum all year. You know what I mean? And then even Orlando, Suggs has been out of the lineup more than he's been in the lineup, particularly. And they still have Paolo Banchero. You know what I mean? Like it's not like
he was amazing.
So it's not like they don't have one of their stars, if not their biggest star, as well. So. But if Devin Booker and Dylan Brooks are out in this game, along with a role player like Jordan Goodwin, the Lakers should win this game fairly easily.
Well, I just don't know if the Lakers
well, if they
win
don't,
any
then
games
there's
fairly
bigger
easily.
trouble, is what I would say.
So at this moment, who I want to go to.
Tell me.
He's back at HQ.
Okay.
He's been delivering Greg Gasmic content.
He has indeed.
Gregory Arthur
quack.
Bergman. Quack, quack for the kids. If they lose tonight, then what kind of panic can we do on the air tomorrow?
Well, I know what kind of panic you're going to do if they lose on the air tomorrow.
Yeah, really.
I mean, Sedano's been saying it forever. This team is just not built correctly. It's a mediocre at best team. So if they lose tonight, I mean, are you really going to be that surprised? It doesn't matter who's playing and who's not playing. They can lose on any night. They can win on any night. I wouldn't expect some kind of blowout. That's for sure.
By the way, George, Booker is listed as out just for the sake of accuracy, and Jordan Goodwin is also listed out. So definitely looks like the Lakers are going into this Phoenix game tonight and not going to see anywhere near what the Phoenix Suns might present if they were fully healthy. So getting Booker out of the game, I mean, that's a big one.
They should win, right? This should be a game that with LeBron, AR, and Luka, they should be able to win just by the three of them.
Well, no, not if you look at the data.
Oh, there's
Lindsay.
producer Lindsay Baseball to
tell
come
him,
in hard and say, listen, not so fast.
Right.
Well, because the data shows, like Brian Windhurst pointed out yesterday, and it was all over social media, totally blew up, that when the three of them play together, they're I think they're the third worst offense in all of the NBA. Mm-hmm. And all three of them are on the floor together.
Take that for data.
I thought Windhorst did a great job yesterday.
It was a great windy Wednesday.
It was, because he explained. He goes, look, if you take these three guys, you put them on the floor together, and he did make the point. He goes, we are only talking about a small sample size. He said, but they are, in 100 possessions, they are at a -8. He said, then if you take LeBron out of the mix and you just have Austin Reaves and Luka, they are a +8. And if you take Luka... +12. And
+12.
Okay, +12. My bad, y'all.
Come on.
My bad. And then
you want to do this at this level, major market, or you want to go back to Tulsa?
Well, I really feel like what he said was yesterday it was a -8.
No, it was +12, +8,
Yeah.
-8, and then what happens is that's a 20-point difference is what he says.
Right. And then if you took Luka and Austin Reaves off the floor and you just had LeBron, he's at a +7. As I recall the number being. 7.5 is actually the number I was looking for.
0.5 can be important.
0.5 is a big difference.
Yeah.
So here's the thing.
Yeah.
So we're going to see all three tonight. And so, I mean, as much as we sit here and we go, well, they should win. I mean, just based on Phoenix's roster, they should win.
We said that a couple nights ago, too.
Right. But we know what happened. So here we are.
I don't know, George. Orlando's a better team than Phoenix is right now with all of the injuries. But
yes.
But how many times have you seen teams that they lose their stars? It's happened with the Lakers plenty of times. They lose their stars, and they come out and they play just a different style of basketball than you're ready for.
Sure.
And win.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, it's 1 of 82. I mean, anything can happen in 1 of 82. You know what I mean? Like, you guys sound sometimes, and not you, Greg, you know, and like Chris, I'm saying, like, and I mean this.
Was it Cappy or is it Cappy and
is
me,
it
or
us?
is it
Is
just
it both
me?
of us, or is it just?
Well,
I think it's just me.
I would say Chris and the like the provocateurs. Like, you know,
He's
there's
trying
some
to
of
not call me dense while I'm doing my 1-year anniversary show.
That's nice of him.
I think
Chris
that's
and
a
the
nice
provocateurs.
thing.
It's a nice thing.
In the YouTube chat.
It is
like,
nice.
You know what I'm saying? Like you know, the sky is always falling, and it's like I tell this to my 7-year-old. Hey, buddy, it's 1 of 82. Like, anybody can win one game. You know what I mean? Like, so, you know, just telling you the same thing I tell my 7-year-old.
I'll just tell you this. Last night, I was watching, George. I curse you for what I'm about to say.
Yeah.
I was watching.
I mean, you
the
were watching
Nuggets and the
hockey, then
Celtics.
you were watching Denver and Boston. Like,
Yeah,
it was unbelievable. By the way, I do love this new version of you where you will text in the group chat like random stuff like
relentlessly.
Kempe,
Oh, yeah,
and then you'll
right.
write like Joker,
Yes.
and then so that way we know you're watching stuff.
Oh, you're damn right. I want you to know that on a Wednesday night, I'm sitting at home
because
and
that's
I'm
all this
freaking
is about.
watching-
Is about you showing to us you're actually watching
Yes,
stuff.
right. Because once you guys gave me the business a couple weeks ago about you're not watching any college basketball, you don't know what's going on. I will freaking text you guys the most random college basketball games in the middle of the day because I want you to know I'm watching. And you know what else I want you to know? I'm watching and you're not watching. That's what's going on right now. So last night,
So can you do it? Can you push it further? When you're watching Reacher, can you just write Reacher?
Yes, absolutely. Yes, or like last night, I intended to watch Scrubs. Here we are.
Oh, I tried to.
Providence,
It's
St.
today.
Joe's.
It's today. It's not yesterday, unfortunately.
No, last night it was on ABC. Scrubs, the Scrubs reboot. Yeah, today now
you're
it goes
watching
over
on like
to-
Hulu or something, Greg.
Right. Yeah, that's
I was
what you're
looking for Hulu.
So I
but
think
Cappy was so proud.
Yeah.
We were texting about something else, and he's like, "Hey, look at my setup," and sends me a picture of his TV, and I'm like, "Okay."
Yeah. Well, because I had San Diego State versus Utah State because I'm watching random basketball. Then I was watching the Celtics and the Nuggets, and the reason I bring that up is just for this reason. If the Lakers got beat by the Celtics the way they did earlier this week, and then you see what Denver did to the Celtics last night, they beat them by almost 20 points. It was 19 points, 103-84. What? If you can't play with the Celtics from the East, how could you ever expect to play with Denver in the West?
Look who I just got a text from.
Who'd you get it from?
Geeter.
Oh, really?
Says, "I love hearing this. I'm happy you're alive. I miss you."
Oh, well, he doesn't know you that well.
I think. Listen, this show could be Sedano and Geeter in 22 seconds. If we don't renew your contract, Sedano and Geeter in the morning.
Sedano and Geeter sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
Sounds damn good.
I'll share food with him.
We love you, Geet. We do indeed. But how could the Lakers expect to play with Denver when Denver just annihilated Boston last night and Boston destroyed the Lakers on Sunday? This is the reality is coming into view now. You know, because we all had, I think, an ounce of hope. Like, you know what, second half of the season, post-All-Star break, get all three guys healthy, get them on the floor together. This is going to be good. You know, get them a chance to gel. And, George, I just can't see it. I can't see it getting much better over the next 25 games.
Go ahead with the Valvoline.
It's 7:15. We're 15 minutes through the show. You know what you could have done in that time, Cappy?
Tell me.
Now, I know what you think I'm going to do, what I do every day, but I'm not going to do it at a hospital.
Okay, what are you not going to do?
But maybe you could have gotten a nice cup of Starbucks coffee here at the lobby at St. Joseph's. Or maybe you could have snuck in that lube job.
Yeah.
Go to Valvoline Instant Oil Change, the home of the 15-minute drive-through oil change. Visit SoCalOilChange.com for a location near you. By the way, let me remind you, it is American Heart Month. Providence.org/SoCalHeart. I've been telling you about it all month long. We took your blood pressure a couple days ago, Cappy, and we're going to talk about that today with our great guests, some of the great professionals here at St. Joseph's Hospital. But let's get back to the Lakers already in progress.
I just want to say one thing about that. I'm protesting my blood pressure from just the other day because it was already stress in the morning. I'd already had coffee and caffeine.
You felt upset about the Lakers?
You didn't give me, like, a chance to really put my arm down
don't do
like
that
a medical
with a wrist
professional,
cuff. Yeah.
okay? All right, so I've had no coffee today. I've tried to be low stress this morning. The only thing I've had so far is water, so that if I get my blood pressure tested today and it's through the roof like it was the other day, maybe they just take me right in and throw a stent in or something. I don't know. But George, I'm hoping everything is cool today. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel you, Cappy.
Thank you.
So you were saying that you believe that they can't compete against Denver. Again, it is just one game. Going to Denver is tough on the road, although Denver hasn't had the success they normally do at home this year. But teams tend to struggle in Denver for obvious reasons. And, you know, not just because they're good, but there's the altitude, et cetera, blah, blah, blah. And it's at the end of a trip, I presume, for Boston. I haven't double-checked that, but I'm assuming because the league, for whatever reason, generally tends to do that. They do a little West Coast swing, and then on the way back, they'll hit Denver. But
it's also
look, I do think there's. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead. You were in the point.
No, I was actually going to pivot. So if you wanted to say something specific about what was happening,
get in there, Bergie.
Yeah,
Push back.
I'm going.
He runs the Greg Bergman School of Content. Travis Rogers is taking a course right now.
Is that right?
Yeah,
master class.
You are right now, Chris. So it's all right.
I am too.
You're using the transitive property. Cappy, so it's
look
just
at you using the transitive property, Greg.
I love
it.
Who are you?
That's why you go to the Greg Bergman School of Content.
This guy, very.
Where did you learn the transitive property?
Look, I've listened to a lot of sports radio over my 25 years.
There you go.
Pick it up every
Cappy,
once in a
do
while.
you know the transitive property?
Not a chance.
No, I think I do. I think I knew. And what I'm trying to say is this, okay?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, the transitive property of NBA basketball goes like this. If the Lakers get beat by the Celtics and get beaten down, and the Celtics then go and get annihilated by the Nuggets, by the transitive property of NBA basketball and sports radio, the Nuggets are going to beat the Lakers by 40 points.
Which isn't necessarily the case.
Even though on January 20th, the Lakers beat the Nuggets.
January 20th.
Yeah, so not that long ago, so about a month ago. They
Tell
beat
me
the
this.
Nuggets. No, Jokic was out, but Tatum is out for
I mean,
the
that
Celtics.
was that's kind of a big deal, though.
It is a big deal.
Yeah.
Tatum being out is a big deal.
I mean,
too.
what the Celtics still have a Finals MVP on their roster is kind of the point.
Transitive property.
Transitive property.
But
Bergie,
you're
who-
right.
who
Transitive
played-
property does not necessarily mean anything. Although separately, I would say Denver is still better than the Lakers.
Oh,
Who
yeah,
played
most
for the
teams are
Lakers
better
that
than
night?
Lakers.
Who played for the Lakers? Did all three? Did the big three
The
play for
big
the Lakers that night?
three. Well, and as Lindsay keeps telling us, when they're all on the floor, that they're not very good.
You should call them the
Okay.
bad three.
So
Wow.
was the bad three on the floor that night?
There was
And
no
not
AR.
bad
there
meaning
was
good.
no AR. It was only
No AR.
It was Luka and LeBron, but no
Okay.
Austin Reaves.
Wow. So look
Okay.
at that. Why didn't they just trade one of them? There you go. That's it. Just
Yeah.
get rid of one of them and you're good.
Yeah, LeBron.
Well, that's probably going to end up happening anyway. So
Yeah.
although
Come on,
Brian
Cappy.
did
Yeah,
Brian
LeBron.
did Brian scare you a little bit yesterday about how many teams are going to come after Austin Reaves or no, Cappy?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm flip-flopping. I will admit I'm flip-flopping. For the longest time, I said you never trade Austin Reaves. And now I'm starting to get to this point where I'm thinking to myself, well, maybe you should trade Austin Reaves. But that was yesterday. Today I'm back on the you do not trade Austin Reaves because all the talk yesterday about Luka, and you started bringing this up last week. Is he a leader? Does he have what it takes to truly be the leader? Is it enough to just be the best offensive player on the team? I honestly think that when you look at Austin Reaves, if you're going to look to somebody in the future on a team that won't have LeBron and you need leadership, I think Austin Reaves might be the personality that's the leader, whereas Luka might be the scorer. So now today I'm back on the do not trade Austin Reaves train.
I'm so confused on which train you're on.
I'm on both trains, although primarily I'm on the do not trade Austin Reaves train.
By the way, Aunt Esther in the YouTube chat says, get your Nuggets checked at Providence. By the way, we are trying to page Dr. Schwanz later.
Oh, Dr. Schwanz would be great.
Yeah.
Love to have him come down here and do a little exam on both of us. You know?
Yeah, just because it's a hospital, we're not going to change our bits.
No.
I can't even tell if
gonna do
that's
more
a
of 'em.
joke or if there is a Dr. Schwanz.
No, there is a Dr. Schwanz.
We found him in the directory.
There is a Dr. Schwanz who works
Now
here.
paging Dr. Schwanz.
Right, he's on the third floor. By the way, you find Dr.
Oh,
Schwanz.
Briones has new sticky notes. For those that aren't aware, whenever there's a declaration on the show, Briones will have a sticky note. He will post it. Now, he has a couple here. He has what is
So
These are important.
7:11:50.
7:11:50. 7 it's the 7 o'clock hour. 11 minutes 50 seconds. Right.
Oh, beautiful.
10:27:25. Cappy said, "Don't trade Austin Reaves." And now we've got here 8:13 with 45 seconds on 10:30. Cappy, never trade Austin Reaves. So we do have plenty of documentation of you saying never trade Austin Reaves already.
Correct. I have been on the never trade Austin Reaves bandwagon. Then earlier this week, I started to get a little bit freaked out because I came up with this word duplicative, where I said that LeBron and Austin Reaves and Luka have similar skill sets, so it's duplicative. And then I started to think to myself, maybe it's time to trade Austin Reaves. But that only lasted a very short period of time. So I want to say 75% of the time, since we're using a lot of math today, Bergie, 75% of the time, I'm on the you do not trade Austin Reaves train.
Okay, that sounds good. Now, listen, coming up next, let's get into the Lakers making a move. We've talked about the front office being a little more robust, right? And I think that's already something that's been discussed outwardly. But now they're adding someone specifically for the draft. And this is a person that is a national championship head coach, okay?
How about that, Cappy? How about that? Can you feel it? Are you shaking now?
I can, but I want to just say one thing, George.
Yeah.
I'm worried about where this conversation might go.
Do you think I might get him mad?
Based on something Morales did to you earlier this week, I'm very concerned about where this conversation might go.
We'll do that in 3 minutes. 7:23 in the morning. The Sedano and Cap Morning Show on a Providence Thursday. Cappy and I are live for the I'm Still Standing show, because I'm still standing, Jack. Thanks to the folks at Providence. Providence.org/SoCal Heart. It is American Heart Month. We're here celebrating this morning, Cappy. We will do what Sedano teased in 3 minutes from right now on ESPN LA.
The Sedano and Cap Morning Show. We'd like to thank our founding partner,
Providence. Providence, caring with compassion in Southern California.
This is the Sedano and Cap Morning Show.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement, and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hard-working partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
Morales, tax season. What are people spending it on?
Hopefully not stuff they can't see clearly, Cappy.
Exactly. Orange County, use that refund wisely at Visionworks. 7 locations to serve you: Laguna Niguel, Santa Ana, Fullerton,
Lake Forest, Rancho Santa Margarita, Brea, and Buena Park. Eye exams, fresh frames, updated prescriptions, the Homish Booka.
If your vision's off, everything's off.
And Visionworks makes it easy to take care of your eyes without blowing your whole refund.
So spend smart
and see better with Visionworks. See the difference.
Buenos dias.
Change is in the air at LAX. Los Angeles International Airport's automated people mover trains are rolling soon as part of LAX's ongoing investments in improving your travel journey. The new trains will quickly move guests between all terminals. The new consolidated rental car center, metro trains and buses, and economy parking in 10 minutes or less. Departing every 2 minutes, they'll help approximately 30 million passengers per year. Learn more at lawa.org/ESPN. That's lawa.org/ESPN.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief now being made available, designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program will only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it ends your debt nightmare and saves you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. Debt Relief Advocates has established a relief hotline for you to call to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for, so don't wait. For this free information, call the Relief Hotline at 800-606-8737. 800-606-8737. 800-606-8737.
You're hanging out with the Sedano and Cat Morning Show.
It must be quite a thing for you to see 2 stars of our magnitude.
Sedano and Cap have taken over Morning Drive.
And this isn't some hologram nonsense. This is in the flesh, baby. The 2 of us together.
More Sedano and Cap right now.
7:27. Good morning. The Sedano and Cap Morning Show on a Thursday, a Providence Thursday. Cappy, you and me are live from St. Joseph's Hospital in Orange, a Providence hospital. You hear the song there, I'm Still Standing, done by our friend Philly Ocean and our friends Yachtly Crew. That's the theme song for today, the Still Standing Show, because I didn't die a year ago.
No, sir.
Providence saved my life, and we're going to be talking about that all morning, which I know everybody's thrilled to hear more about it.
Well, and I think the other part of it is this, mostly when people die, you go to funerals and you go to celebrations of life and you talk about how great that person was. But I don't know why we do that. We should actually do that while people are here, while they're alive.
I'm still here.
So today, we are celebrating that 1 year ago, we almost lost this guy. And a year later, we have a business partnership, a true relationship with the people that saved your life.
Exactly right.
And that's why we're here. And people are like, wow, these guys are not a hologram. These guys are in the flesh. These guys are superstars.
We've had people press the flesh already. By the way, we are going to pay off Sedano's amazing tease in about 20 seconds. But first, let me tell you this. It's a Cosm Ticket Thursday. Listen all day for your chance to win a pair of GA tickets to watch WWE Elimination Chamber.
Okay.
I think they have that on the 7th floor, the Elimination
that's
Chamber.
That's where that is, huh? Dr. Swan's on the 3rd floor, Elimination Chamber on the 7th floor.
At Cosm Los Angeles, when you hear the cue to call, be caller number 7 and experience every slam, cage match, and elimination like you're inside the ring only with ESPN LA. Sedano, we wish you were here, but we know you're getting ready to travel for the NBA on ESPN.
Well, hold on. George, you're going to Detroit, right?
Yes.
You know what else I was watching last night?
Well, then I'm going to New York after that.
Pistons Thunder?
I watched Pistons Thunder last night, too.
You did?
I mean, dude,
good game,
honestly,
by the way.
I will say this. I curse you, George Sedano. I curse you.
You should do your own red zone bit from your house every night.
Right. I really should. I mean, I curse you, George Sedano. I'm watching freaking Pistons versus Oklahoma City. And I know that sometimes people have these conversations. You know, it's Thursday night. I'll watch any NFL football game. I don't care who's playing. I don't know if people feel that way about the NBA. Last night, I'm like, whoa, Pistons and Oklahoma City?
Two of the best teams in the NBA.
Right.
Why are you mad about that?
No, that's a big game. I'm sitting down to watch that game last night.
Why didn't you text Duren? Duren.
I don't know why I didn't text that.
You should have.
Jalen Duren.
To let us know that you were listening. Jalen Duren's a really good player. He had some big moments.
Yeah.
No?
I didn't do that.
Okay.
See, that's why you need to go to the Greg Bergman School of Content.
School of Gregasms. Exactly.
That's on the 4th floor.
Oh, okay. They got a lot going on here in Providence, St. Joe's. I'll tell you that right now.
I'll tell you that
right now. Just tremendous, man. Just tremendous medical people here.
Oh, hey, Sedano, Evan Cohen's he invited himself on the show today at 7:45. But before that, why don't we pay off your amazing tease?
Well, it's interesting because Evan Cohen will have a lot to say about what my tease was because he's very familiar with Tony Bennett, the UVA head coach. His dad, I believe Dick Bennett, was the head coach at Wisconsin when Evan was going to school there. So he's a big fan of the Bennett family. Now, Tony Bennett, a national champion in 2019 with the University of Virginia, Emily Hebel's Virginia squad. And, he is now a draft advisor to Rob Pelinka. And I think it's smart. I don't think it's a bad deal at all by any stretch of the imagination. This is a guy who had plenty of success over 15 years coaching Virginia. He had a couple more coaching Washington State, where he coached Klay Thompson at Washington State. But, guys like DeAndre Hunter, Malcolm Brogdon, guys who have been very impactful in this league have come through the Tony Bennett School, whether at UVA or Washington State. And I believe 11 NBA players have come through Tony Bennett's coaching tenure in the 15 years that he's been a head coach in college.
Yep. And you mentioned, listen, here's a guy who's won a national championship. This is going back, I want to say 2019. Multiple ACC championships in terms of winning their tournament, winning the regular season. So Tony Bennett comes from a basketball family, and he was an extremely successful guy. Now, here's my question.
Yeah, he's also a handsome devil, too, so he fits right in with him and Rob.
Emily Hebel is very, very happy that he's around here now.
She said he's a handsome man. I heard her yesterday talking about this.
Are you going to go in and get Sedano's blood pressure up, or you want me to?
Go ahead. I want to hear if you're thinking what I'm thinking.
I'm just going to say,
all right,
for the people that may think this, that are not ball knowers, they might be simpletons.
Right.
They might be dense. They might be jerk-faced like myself.
They could be lazy.
One may think George Sedano, coming off of Lon Rosen's announcement, that, yes, Rob Pelinka is all good, but Andrew Friedman's going to help.
So is Magic Johnson.
So is Magic. So is Farhad. One may say, now a, quote, consultant is coming in. What does that mean for Rob Pelinka?
It means they're getting him all the help, and if that he doesn't get the job done, there's no excuses.
So could you say that if these people around him think, you know what, this guy ain't got it, that's it. It is a final.
I mean, listen, I think you're jumping to a conclusion that hasn't happened yet. I mean, that could very well end up being the conclusion because, again, it's what I said. They're getting him all the help that one would want and need because, again, the Lakers front office was tiny, especially compared to any professional sports franchise, let alone an NBA franchise. So I just think that you get someone all the resources possible because finances are no longer an impediment. So you go there and you get as many people as you can to assist, to help, to consult, advise, etc. And then if the job doesn't get done, then you've got your answer. But if the job gets done, then it's fine. It's no different than the Dodgers. I mean, we've talked about this, Cappy. You've talked about this. The Dodgers, if you look at their staff, okay, like every pitcher has like two guys to work with. It's insane the amount of people they have on their staff to work with individual positions and players, et cetera, et cetera. So they have two planes, as you pointed out, last season. So, yeah, this isn't necessarily doom and gloom for Rob. Now, if the job doesn't get done, then that's kind of on him. But they're going to give him all the tools that he needs.
So to your point, Beto sent this to me yesterday. The Dodgers.
Oh, Beto, my other favorite person.
The Dodgers front office.
Got a problem with Beto?
Has major problem, actually.
Really?
Yep.
Why? What's your problem?
We'll talk about it tomorrow.
Okay.
All right. They have at least 27 different people in their front office, between senior directors, executive vice presidents, directors. They have a director of qualitative analysis. They have a director
Damn
of
right.
Asia
Everybody
Pacific
should have one of
scouting,
those.
a baseball innovation. They have people in their front office for anything that you could possibly think of, because you can make it your front office as big as you want it to.
Correct.
Right. All right, but hold on a second here. So, Chris, you're saying that you think that Tony Bennett will come in as this draft consultant because given his history. Thank you, draft advisor.
Long ago I was brought into ESPN Los Angeles as a consultant.
Yeah, and
look how that turned out.
And now here we are.
That's very foreboding, isn't it?
If you bring in a guy as a draft advisor because you go, listen, we think that given his history in college basketball, and we think given the players that he has turned into NBA players, he's got a really good eye for talent. And maybe he's got a better understanding of these younger kids, college guys that are turning pro, than maybe our current general manager, president of basketball operations has. Isn't that what they're saying? They're saying we think he can add to the team because of his knowledge base and his history, right?
Well, and he's also hold on, because he just recently retired. He also has a pretty good idea of not only this draft class but the next several potentially.
Can I ask
because
a
if
question?
he's had to have recruited, a number of these kids going, years into high school, right? Like these guys have an idea of who they should be looking at and recruiting potentially for in some of these cases when these kids aren't even in high school yet.
George, can I ask you a ball knower question?
Sure.
Do most NBA teams?
You don't have to constantly suck up, Lindsay. It's okay. You don't have to.
That was amazing.
Even George is annoyed by it now.
This is
I
something
wasn't annoyed at all. I was not.
I can't find it online.
Yeah, right.
Do all teams have a draft advisor?
I don't know. I mean, I
Is this
think
just
some,
like a made-up position?
I mean, no, it's not a made up position. I mean, plenty of teams have a draft advisor. So I'll give you an example. Like, I'm trying to think of a real world example. Some organizations will, without giving out specifics, okay, some organizations will hire people as consultants during that time of year because they want a better feel for guys' personalities, right? For example. And because the skill set, a lot of guys, a lot of these teams have great scouts and they know what's going on in regards to the basketball portion of it, but they want to know the human being. And I think what ends up happening is a lot of people hire, and I'm not saying that's exactly what's happening with Tony Bennett, maybe it is, but a lot of teams will hire someone, and it doesn't have to be a head coach necessarily from a college basketball team. It could be a former head coach, like in this case. It could be an assistant, a former assistant, or a current assistant. So, yeah, I mean, it's not uncommon is what I would say.
So let me just throw this out there, though, because, Chris, you've intimated now that they're bringing in this guy, Tony Bennett, with all of his resume and his reputation, and he's here to help Rob Pelinka. And I believe that what I heard from you was, but what if Rob Pelinka's not the guy? Is Tony Bennett the guy that could slip right into that role?
I don't think that. Here's the thing. I think it's like in Succession when Logan Roy was going to sell his company to that other guy, the guy who played the vampire on the other show, on True Blood.
Tom Brady?
No.
Oh.
And he said, no, he's going to rate you. I think what we're seeing for Rob Pelinka is there's a lot of people that are going to rate them. Rob Pelinka is going to have to perform now for Andrew Friedman, for Mark Walter, for Tony Bennett, for Farhad, for Greg Bergman, for everybody to prove that he can be still in that position. Now, is that something that doesn't happen in every corporation in America every day? Nobody has ultimate power. Very few people in the world have ultimate power and are never having to prove themselves to somebody. So Rob Pelinka just has to prove it. I think if he proves it, to Sedano's point, he could be the general manager for a decade.
Okay. Let me throw just a concept at you. You ready?
Okay.
So you're expanding your organization and you're bringing in a guy who's got these incredible credentials as a national champion head coach and a guy who's a basketball lifer, and he's going to come in and he's going to help this organization prepare for the draft because, frankly, Rob Pelinka's draft choices haven't gone that well. And
you say that.
Yeah.
You just, you talk about what you're just going to ignore Austin Reaves?
No, Austin Reaves was an undrafted free agent that wanted to come to the Lakers.
Okay.
And so, to his credit, they were able to get him. Now, on the other hand, if you were to look at like Dalton Knecht as an example, who was the 17th overall pick, do you feel like you're getting any contribution from a guy that you drafted in the first round?
What about Bronny James?
Bronny James is an excellent pick.
He's my cardiac brother, and we're here talking about how I'm still standing. So is he. So have a little respect.
Okay. How about Jalen Hood-Schifino? Has he made a good contribution for you?
No, but Max
Laker
Christie's
tenure?
a nice player. And here's the thing. It's not like – I mean, here's what I will tell you. The Lakers' first-round picks have not necessarily been great under Rob. But they also have a situation where, they've done a better job, while they haven't done, to Chris's point, a good job with the first-round picks, which they haven't had a ton of. Because they've traded a ton of them, in most of them, I would say, in Rob's tenure. I'm trying to look. See, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so they're about. They've had. Well, if do you count Lonzo? I mean, does that count under Rob, or is that Magic? However you want to look at it. Anyway, they've had 4 first-round picks that are theirs and 3 that aren't. So it's not like they've had a ton of first-round picks in that tenure. However, to Chris's point, they have done a nice job of doing stuff later in the draft, or in free agency, unrestricted free agency on draft night. So they have added guys in
Maybe
their
you're
tenure.
the dense one, Cappy.
Well, I'm just waiting. I mean, Austin Reaves' name comes to mind. I would love to hear just some other names. I'm just asking.
Well, Alex Caruso was part of was a G League
Okay.
guy that they brought they mined and they brought through. Yeah,
Rob, get credit for that one.
Yeah, I think so.
Just trying to do the chronology here on the date and the time.
I mean, you could also then blame Rob for not re-signing him, but maybe that wasn't him. You know what I'm saying? Like, that could have been an organizational thing because they didn't want to go over the luxury tax for him.
Well, let me just throw one other concept at you guys.
Yeah.
So you bring in Tony Bennett.
What about the concept that if you put Rob Pelinka with smarter people or smart people with him, that he could grow?
Perhaps.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
And by the way, he was with the South Bay Lakers in 2019. So yes, that is
he
that
got
is on
you,
that.
huh, Cappy?
I don't know.
How does it
Did he?
feel when Sedano wraps around you and gets you?
Well, I mean, how does it feel when I tell you guys the facts that the first-round draft choices that he's picked are not contributors?
Are
These
you
are
supposed to
just
think?
facts.
Are you supposed to think that the 17th and 18th pick are going to be amazing? It's not like he had number 1 picks he was taking.
No, but I still think that these guys.
He's not like
should be
Magic,
contrib-
who didn't take Jason Tatum but took Lonzo Ball.
I mean, I'm just telling you. Listen, you took Dalton Knecht, and Dalton Knecht. Everybody talked about his age and what his skill set was, and Dalton Knecht cannot get off the bench.
Well,
and
here's
cannot
what I would
contribute.
say, Cappy. So, like to Chris's point, the first draft was Lonzo Ball, right? And that was Magic, clearly. I mean, that everyone understands that, okay? Then the next draft, they took Mo Wagner and Svi Mihailuk. Both guys still in the league.
Mo Wagner, we just saw the other night. We saw how good he was for Orlando.
Right, good player. So Mihailuk is still in the league. Then they didn't have their picks for 3 straight years, okay? They didn't even have a second-round pick in those years, even at all. So, because those are the Anthony Davis years. Max Christie they took in the second round, good player,
nice player.
And
Developed.
then after that, right, they haven't been able to hit anything, and they didn't have a pick last year. So they had 2 more. They've done.
They bring in Tony Bennett, and he's going to help with the draft. But I'm just going to throw one little thing out there for you, and just get ready.
Why are you always doom and gloom?
Well, not doom and gloom.
We're at a hospital today.
Not doom and gloom. Positivity, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
What if they brought in Tony Bennett to be part of their organization because of his coaching resume, not simply because of his scouting eye? And what if they have on the bench a potential coach? Should they decide at some point?
I mean, I don't know. They just gave JJ an extension, and it seems like the Guggenheim Group is in on JJ too. So I mean, I don't know.
No,
and I don't get the sense that Tony Bennett has ever wanted to. He didn't want to coach NIL in college. You think he wants to coach in the NBA?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
I would say if you don't want to deal with NIL, you sure as hell don't want to coach the NBA.
Yeah, I'm not sure, to be honest with you. I mean, I understand why guys.
I would be fairly confident in saying that.
Yeah, well, I mean, listen, I understand why Nick Saban did not want to coach college football anymore. I get that. What was the guy's name from Villanova? That Jamie, what's his name?
Jay Wright.
Jay Wright didn't want to coach college basketball anymore. And Tony Bennett, obviously very, very successful guy, made a decision that he was going to step away. He's only 55 years old. So all I'm saying is that somebody I know who's his nicknames are Dense, Jerkface, Lazy, Simpleton, Moron, Bit Boy, Simplistic, and Mental Shorty, a guy who I know brought up the notion of whether or not JJ is the long-term answer. And all I'm just saying is that they're making this organization stronger with really good basketball people who might be able to do a variety of different things should opportunities open themselves up.
You know who we can ask? The guy who's going to join us in a few moments. But first, Sedano's going to talk about his friends at Cadillac of Beverly Hills.
Oh, listen, Cadillac of Beverly Hills, the most beautiful dealership in all of the land. We've teamed up with the finest dealership in America, Cadillac of Beverly Hills. We know Cadillac, but when was the last time you've driven one? Well, listen, I was lucky to drive the Lyriq for several months, okay? You want to talk about a wonderful car. It's one of the fastest SUVs, EV SUVs in the world, okay? 0 to 60. And it's incredibly affordable. They start at about $400 a month. The new lineup of Cadillac EVs, sedans, SUVs define luxury at the top of its game, and you can find them all at Cadillac of Beverly Hills. Listen, when you're driving a Cadillac, man, those things feel like you're driving a cloud, okay? You are literally on a dreamboat, okay, when you're on those Cadillacs. Listen, I grew up loving Cadillacs. Cadillac is the depiction of American superiority when it comes to luxury vehicles. So go in and buy yourself or lease a Cadillac at Cadillac of Beverly Hills, and you too can have American superiority in your hands as you've got the hands on the wheel, baby. So go in and say hello to the incredible team at Cadillac of Beverly Hills. Say hi to Tony and Dan and the entire crew. Check out that beautiful showroom. 8767 Wilshire Boulevard in Beverly Hills, or you can check them out on the web at CadillacBeverlyHills.com.
Thank you, Sedano. 7:45 in the morning. It is a Thursday, a Providence Thursday. The Still Standing Show, because I'm still standing. We're live from St. Joseph's Hospital in Orange. Providence.org/SoCalHeart as we wrap up American Heart Month. Coming up in about 3 minutes. Lindsay put on the rundown. Self-invited Lakers hot take guy. Evan Cohen from Unsportsmanlike for his second appearance of the week. He's going to take the Michelle Smallman spot. That's up next on the Sedano and Cap Morning Show on ESPN LA.
This is the Sedano and Cap Morning Show.
Bowling, 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 everybody's bowling. I don't mean to brag, but they don't call me Mr. Pinhead for nothing. Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
Bowling! Canyon Lanes at Morongo is a strike, spare, and side-splitting good time.
Number 2.
Rick Ross, live March 20th, only at Morongo.
And the number 1 reason.
We're giving away a Ford Bronco this Friday. There's still time. Play now. Earn entries on your rewards card. Be there to win.
Morongo, good times.
To celebrate Black History Month, National University is proud to honor African Americans who have richly contributed to the fabric of American history and culture. We also stand ready to support the hopes and dreams of the next generation of America's great thinkers, doers, and achievers. NU offers you flexible online classes, career-focused resources, so you can earn your degree while balancing work, family, and everything in between. National University, official higher education sponsor of the Lakers. Visit nu.edu to learn more.
It's calling. A driving force from within. Pushing, beating, rising to the surface. The time has come to let it out and ignite the flame that sparks revolution. AEW Revolution, live Sunday, March 15th from Crypto.com Arena in Los Angeles. Tickets on sale now at AEWTIX.com.
Evan Cohen here. In life, as in sports, the pros make it look easy. That's why pro golfers like Jason Day, Ben Griffin, and Patton Kazire trust the pros in lawn care. True Green. They have the experience and expertise to give you a lawn worthy of the PGA Tour. And since True Green does the work for you, you get more free time, or more tee times. So stop stressing over your lawn and start loving it. Sign up now at TrueGreen.com because nobody makes it easier to get a golf course quality lawn than True Green, the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour.
With Progressive Customer Service, there are lots of ways to connect with us, so you never have to miss a second of your favorite sport. Because you'd much rather watch a ball go through a net 124 times in 48 minutes when you don't really have to pay attention until the last 2, and then somehow those 2 minutes will take an hour. You don't want to miss all that. Luckily, you can chat with Progressive on our app, online, or over the phone without missing a single one of those times the ball goes through the metal circle. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
You're hanging out with the Sedano and Cap Morning Show.
Oh, my. This is a banger. Don't get a chance to use that word very often, guys.
George Sedano, Scott Kaplan.
But it just sort of came out of my mouth. Banger is what it is.
More Sedano and Cap right now.
7:48 on a Thursday, a Providence Thursday, the Sedano and Cap Morning Show. Cappy, you and I are live from where it all happened a year ago, where I almost died. But you know what? I'm still standing, Jack.
Damn right.
We're celebrating at St. Joseph's Hospital in Orange, a Providence hospital. Go to providence.org/SoCal Heart as we wrap up American Heart Month. Next hour in the 9 o'clock hour, 2, we'll have special guests here to celebrate the 1 year. By the way, on this day in 2023, the number 1 hit, doing it for you. Miley Cyrus, Flowers.
Oh, beautiful. By the way, they brought us scrubs.
I know.
Are we going to change into the scrubs?
Today is also National Pistachio Day.
Oh, really? And right here, pistachio is back here at the Starbucks inside St. Joe's.
Well, maybe that's why pistachio's back.
Pistachio is back, baby.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful.
These scrubs look comfy.
Meanwhile, let me tell you this real quick. You and I are live here in Orange today. Tomorrow, the whole crew, the whole mishpucha, we're going to be live in Fullerton at the Visionworks, right off the 91 freeway at the Harbor and Orangethorpe intersection there at the Orange Fair Mall, the Visionworks. Cappy, you'll be there. I'll be there. Producer Lindsay Baseball, Gregory Arthur Bergman. Come on out and hang with us. 7 to 10 a.m. We're doing the show for the people. Press the flesh. Here's the thing. We're giving out those Sedano and Cap Morning Show T-shirts. I've released 3 of them online.
You had the...
By online, I mean social.
Right, 2 things can be true.
Yes.
With the Sedano's face.
Love Boat.
Love Boat.
Yours, which was the other one.
I don't remember.
Neither do I. And then the 4th today.
Okay. You don't remember the 3rd one.
Love Boat.
Yeah.
2 things can be true.
Right.
Hey, man.
Hey, man.
There's the
Yeah, hey,
remember,
man.
I had 3 strokes.
Right, I do know.
Today we'll release the 4th, but we'll see you tomorrow morning. We've also got Lakers tickets to give away, and if you come on out, you can get 60% off a complete pair of glasses at Visionworks. That's tomorrow, right off the 91 freeway in Fullerton, the Visionworks. Today we are at St. Joseph's Hospital in Orange, the I'm Still Standing show, because I'm still standing, Jack, thanks to Providence. Now, he is labeled on our rundown as the self-invited Lakers hot take guy. He already was on our show earlier this week.
Right.
But Michelle Smallman, who usually joins us at 7:45 on Thursdays, apparently had jury duty.
Jury duty.
So the host of Unsportsmanlike, our morning man, Evan Cohen, decided he was going to invite himself onto this very special edition of the show. But first, let's hear audio from earlier this morning on Unsportsmanlike.
Smalls was supposed to go on ESPN LA today, Sedano and Cap, as she does each and every Thursday, forgot that she was going to have to cancel that, and now, because of jury duty, and now I'm trying to swoop in and steal her weekly spot today. Should I do that, or is that wrong, to invite myself on?
A little bit of, I think if we're talking about crimes and all that stuff, betrayal is up there. Betrayal, intrigue, this is the stuff that she lives for.
Yeah. All right, I may steal that spot with Sedano and Cap. You never know.
To be fair, you invite yourself on shows, a lot of shows.
What is this? You got mad at this. What is this?
That's amazing. Nuno, always the star. Good morning, Evan.
Yeah, I did invite myself on because I thought maybe I could be a fill-in for Smalls. She didn't think ahead enough. Can I tell you a backstory? And Sedano has known Smalls way before I have. She produced his show back in the day, and actually, Sedano, Smalls, and I went to an NBA game together in Houston years ago. Smalls has no recollection of it, which is amazing. This is before we worked together. No, it's true. George, back me up on this. Am I right about this?
Well, I do remember going to a game in Houston, yes, during the Super Bowl, right?
Yes. Me, you, Smalls, Cerruti, Babs. That was the crew. Seriously.
Right.
Dr. Cerruti?
Dr. Cerruti?
No, different Cerruti.
Oh, there's another Cerruti. Oh, okay, my
Steve
bad.
Cerruti, yeah.
Got it.
By the way,
differently,
Evan
by
ever
the way.
saw Dr. Cerruti?
Oh, my God.
Evan would
He'd leave his wife.
Oh, yeah, he'd leave his wife for Dr. Cerruti.
2 seconds.
Hi, this is Dr. Cerruti.
Exactly right.
Hi, doctor.
Wow. So, yeah, Lindsay texted me as a reminder. She goes, so I assume she's not coming on today if she's in jury duty. I said, I'm going to guess not, but I'll be happy to fill in. And I said, I do have a Lakers hot take question. And she said, okay, well, then definitely. So here's my Lakers hot take question. It's going to work through a series of questions for you guys. Would you guys agree, leading, I understand, that this has been a pointless season because it's been all about the LeBron exit strategy and the Luka entrance strategy into being his team next year, and I think that all of that was kind of in center display against the Magic. I have deemed this a pointless Lakers season. Would you guys agree with that?
Well, I would call it a wasted season, yes. I mean, I think we're kind of saying the same thing, just a little differently.
Okay. Now, by the way, I'm saying that knowing it's still the most entertaining game to go to. It's still the most entertaining game to listen to. It's still the Lakers, right? So it's for them, not in general. It's for them. Now, and they still have 2 first-ballot Hall of Famers on their team. So my thought and my question was, if league rules were to allow this, would LeBron James ever want to be bought out this year and go back to the Cavs? And the league rule is not about the buyout. It's about the going to the Cavs because he makes too much money past a certain dollar figure, and they're already in the tax. But, I do wonder.
Well, LeBron James would never allow himself to get bought out.
But
because of the stigma that comes with being bought out.
Right, and that a team wouldn't want you. Salary's going to be lower as a result, and you're going to play on a minimum deal, et cetera, et cetera. But conceptually, if he could snap his fingers and there wouldn't be that stuff that you're talking about right now, George, would he want to be on the Cavs right now instead of the Lakers? For the
I think.
And by the way, let me to the point. It's also because I assume, like so many people in Los Angeles, living in Los Angeles is unbelievable. Being in the weather, the perfect weather that is Los Angeles, is unbelievable. And when he'd go to Cleveland in this scenario, it would only be for the last few months of the year, of the NBA year, and it would be warm weather.
Well, okay. So are you telling me
he's retiring to Cleveland?
Yeah.
He's trying to talk him into it, but he's already said yes.
Am I just inserting LeBron to the current roster then, if that's what you're saying?
But George, everyone's talking about LeBron somewhere else next year. Until March
No,
1st,
I understand what you're saying. Right. I mean, we could do the
technically a chance for him to go somewhere this year if he were to agree to a buyout.
Right.
I know it's crazy.
No,
I just had the thought yesterday.
And the exercise is an exercise in futility because it'll never actually happen. But yes, I guess if you asked him, and it didn't come with all the stigmas that I've already laid out, I'm sure it would, because it would mean he'd have a better shot at a championship.
What percentage chance? You think 0 or 1?
What do you mean?
Would he ever consider? Has he had a conversation with Rich Paul about a buyout?
0.
0% chance.
0.
Kathy, where are you when I need
getting
you
annoyed.
on this ridiculous? Yeah,
well,
I know.
we're at
I
a
know.
hospital
That's
right
what
now.
I'm saying. Right. So no, I know you're at the hospital, and shout out to Providence, and it's an amazing.
Were you
going
to say happy
lives.
1 year to me, or are you going to just?
Well, I think it's already been past a year. I think people have already.
No, he's just glossing over it.
No,
and I
no,
don't
it's
appreciate
13
it.
months, dude. There's I wish you a happy birthday a month later.
Hold on, let me get the bit going. Here's the bit. Providence, amazing job saving lives. I question Morales' life as one to save. That's what I'm just saying. I don't know that his life. I would have saved somebody else who's maybe in that spot.
All bits aside, that's not very nice, honestly.
No, but he's echoing the comments of a lot of other people as well.
all joking aside,
a lot
he
of
has
people
to do
feel
that
the
in front
same
of the
way.
Providence team?
No, but a lot of people feel that. I mean, it's sad but true.
Would Evan have? So, okay, we talked about first dance rankings, and the Windy would be one of my first dances at my wedding.
Right. Evan's moving down.
Is Evan speaking at my funeral?
Ooh.
If that happened a year ago.
Oh, wow. Ev, a year ago, Chris doesn't make it out of Providence. Yeah. Do you speak at his funeral?
I'm busy that day. Sedano and I are working on a trade machine.
You don't have jury duty that day?
Yeah. I would have asked for it. Kathy, I'm mad at you now. I'm mad at you now. And I think I have a reason to be mad at you. This is such a wild, ridiculous, hot take question.
Yeah.
And you haven't said a word. And part of me feels like you're mad at yourself for not coming up with this.
Yeah.
And thus you're taking it out on me by not commenting on the fact that there's like 3 or 4 days left for a potential buyout, and no one has ever brought up the idea of a LeBron James buyout. And I think the Lakers would dream of that. And I think you're mad that you didn't come up with this ridiculousness.
You're 1,000% right, because I was trying to get George's blood to boil this morning by suggesting another hot take, which was that Tony Bennett, the former Virginia coach, was hired by the Lakers not just to be a draft consultant, but to eventually replace either Rob Pelinka or J.J. Redick. So that was my Laker hot take, and nobody really bid on it this morning. So, yes, I'm jealous that you came up with a really good LeBron hot take, and I didn't come up with that. And I don't even understand the stigma from a LeBron standpoint, because if he in your scenario, if he wants to go back to Cleveland and the Lakers could buy him out and he's guaranteed to go back to Cleveland, what's the stigma? He got what he wanted.
Right, but that's my hypothetical is based on the fact that he actually can't because the Cavs are in the tax and it's not allowed. I would just want it's just all of the conversation over the last 24 hours, and I know Windy Wednesday yesterday with you guys, where
that's good.
You guys were discussing
good branding.
The idea of the fact that the worst two-man lineup for the Lakers at minus 82 plus is LeBron and Luka is wild to me, and it goes back to the idea of is this just pointless? What's happening right now? And would everybody just want to fast forward? So it made me, listening to you guys yesterday, made me think about, is there any way of fast forwarding this? And that's the only idea, because playoff rosters are set March 1st, that I could even come up with of how do you fast forward the inevitable?
Here's the thing about Evan. We have Live Imaging Tuesdays. Evan joins that morning. We have Windy Wednesdays. Maybe we just go get rid of Michelle and do Evan again on Thursdays and call it, hold on. We call it Truth Thursdays with Evan Cohen.
Truth Thursdays.
Where he tells us the truth of the NBA.
All right. Do you think Michelle will be happy or sad that you booted her from the show?
I don't know. Evan's got to go, apparently, at the top of the hour. So.
Yeah, well, you got 24 seconds.
I need to ask Sedano something.
Well, I wanted to ask you about Tony Bennett, but, we've wasted all this time on this hypothetical that'll never happen. So.
Okay. Okay. Tony Bennett is his dad is my favorite coach in any sport of all time. He was at Wisconsin when I was at Wisconsin as a student, Dick Bennett.
Yeah, I already laid that out for everybody. Go ahead.
Hey, I'm sorry. Wow.
Well, you're the one that has to go at the top of the hour.
Right. So you're assuming no one new is listening to Sedano and Cap right now? I'm assuming millions are. I'm just saying.
Well,
anyway,
everybody listens.
That's right. I think Cappy's onto this, George. I think, my opinion, Tony Bennett would be a better executive than Rob Pelinka and a better coach than J.J. Redick. I just believe he'd be better at both. I don't think he will ever have either one of the jobs. And it's interesting to me that they hire him to let people like Cappy say those things with evidence of employment. That's my only point on that.
Yeah, I don't think Tony Bennett would be better at either necessarily. I don't think there's any actual merit to that comment, but okay. I mean,
hear that?
Maybe he could be, but I don't think
zero.
that there's
I think there's one part of Tony Bennett that people don't know, and I bet you there's no chance Cappy knows what I'm about to say. Do you know that Tony Bennett played in the NBA?
Yeah, for 3 years with the Charlotte Hornets.
Of course. 3 years, Charlotte.
I know
I was
you
going to
did.
say that. No, but I was going to say 3 years in Charlotte. Come on,
I know
George,
you
give me a
are,
chance.
George.
No, 3 years, Charlotte. Yeah, dude.
When you want the truth, you want it on a Thursday with
Right.
Evan Cohen. Truth Thursdays with Evan Cohen. That's going to be my new bet.
Tony Bennett was a nice player.
Maybe we'll do Tony Bennett Thursdays.
He's really
too.
good at spacing. He's really good at passing. But, did not have a long, distinguished Hall of Fame career. But those 3 years in Charlotte, I remember those 3 years very well.
Very quickly, please let me ask George one question. George.
Go ahead.
In all seriousness, from a basketball perspective, would everyone involved in the Lakers right now love to fast forward to next season?
Sure, I'm sure they would.
Yeah. But that's my point. I don't think Oklahoma City wants to fast forward, right? I don't think the Knicks want to fast forward, even though they're not very good. I don't think the Celtics want to fast forward. That's the interesting thing for me. Is that
I think the Celtics would want to fast forward. They'd want a healthy Tatum.
But that may be this year.
Perhaps.
All right, maybe I shouldn't have come on. Congratulations on the year.
You know what? We should have had Smalls from jury duty.
She might be juror number 2 right now.
Glad you're alive,
Thank you.
CMM. Congratulations.
Thank
Lindsay
you,
told me her dream guy is Drew McIntyre from the WWE, so I learned that this week.
Really?
George Briones picked up the phone when he didn't realize he was picking up the phone, and Bergman wanted me out 10 minutes ago. This has gone well. See you guys.
Wow. Evan Cohen, our morning man. You hear him weekdays 3 to 7 a.m. on Sportsmanlike with Michelle Smallman and Chris Canty right here on ESPN LA.
He's the one
It's
that invited
Thursday.
himself on and then
That's
had a
fair.
hard out.
I'm with you.
How do you invite yourself
Bergman,
on
I'm
and have
with
a hard
you.
out?
Yes. Yeah.
So did he hear you ripping him or something? What does he mean by that?
No, he was messing around. I didn't say a word.
I just don't want to have to deal with a call later about something.
Right, but
nothing bad.
No,
he
Evan's
did waste
very,
our time on a hypothetical that literally couldn't happen because of Cleveland being over the cap. And
but here's the thing: if I don't text Evan right now, great job. He'll text me in an hour from now
saying, "How'd I do?
How'd I do? Was something wrong?" And I'll be like, "No, I just am busy doing a show, man." Saying Tulsa. It's 8:03, though, on a Thursday. The Sedano and Cap Morning Show. It is the I'm Still Standing edition because Cappy and I are live from the hospital where it all happened for me. I'm still standing as Yali Cruz sings there. Providence.org/SoCalHeart as we celebrate American Heart Month, where they saved my heart. And coming up in the 8 o'clock hour and the 9 o'clock hour, we're going to talk to some very special guests, including Emma Blake at 8:30. Emma was the ICU nurse when I was in a coma.
Okay.
Now, I don't remember a lot about Emma.
I was going to say, do you remember her? When she walks up, will you know who she is?
Yeah, because I remember waking up and them waking me and taking me out of the coma. But Emma took care of my family and represents the amazing care, not just you get as the patient at a Providence hospital, but also how they take care of you and they take care of the loved ones around you. Because my parents, Stephanie, my uncle, the Italian stallion who's coming by, they would have lost their mind if it wasn't for Emma keeping everyone calm in that ICU room for 3 days while I was somewhere else. So we'll talk to Emma coming up. It is the Sedano and Cap Morning Show at 8:05 on a Thursday morning. Do we have a read here? Let me check. Yes, we do. Let's talk about our friend Jacob Emrani.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, well, listen, it's very simple, guys. You get into an accident, regardless of what it is. Like, dockless scooters are everywhere, right, from Santa Monica to downtown L.A. But when a distracted driver or a busted wheel sends you to urgent care, you end up at Providence. And then the companies behind those rides try to hide behind app terms and finger pointing. That's where Jacob steps in, Cappy.
Yep, because Jacob's team knows how to trace maintenance records. Do you know how to trace maintenance records? I don't know how to do that.
No.
Jacob's team does. He knows about location data and third-party contractors who are responsible for keeping those scooters safe. So whether we're talking about a rideshare car that drifted into a bike lane or a scooter hardware that failed, they stack the evidence to hold every liable party accountable, George. That is what Jacob does for you.
Yeah, all you got to do is hit him up at 800-345.
6789
or call jacob.com for your free consultation, no obligation case review, and the promise you won't pay a fee unless we win.
That's right. And hey, by the way, this Sunday, March 1st, starting at 12 noon, Call Jacob is hosting their first ever Call Jacob motorcycle event at Factory 47 Cycles in Whittier.
Whittier, where the girls are prettier.
So I want to invite everybody to join us for raffles, music, free tacos for the first 50 people who come, and all riders are welcome.
I might go over to that on Sunday, see Jacob's hog.
You want to see Jacob's hog?
Yeah,
and that's not a euphemism.
Club. No.
Oh, okay.
That's on the 7th floor.
Okay, gotcha. So Dr. Schwann's 3rd floor.
See, people thought we were going to pull punches
at
a hospital. No,
even with all these folks in the lobby who are here at Starbucks and who are these guys and what are they talking about?
And why did that one guy keep saying he almost died?
Right, and why are they talking about Schwann's? That's the plural for Schwann's.
You can walk us out now, George.
Okay, 710 ESPN. We'll be right back.
Oh, I thought he was going to walk out the spot. It is the Sedano and Cap Morning Show on a Thursday. We're back in 4 minutes from right now.
The Sedano and Cap Morning Show.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill? Because it's just better for you. Our Asian-inspired menu has high-quality proteins that are healthier for you. Like hormone-free chicken, ribeye steak, wild-caught salmon, and shrimp. Introducing our new Chili Crisp Dumplings. A spicy twist on a Waba favorite. Bold, crunchy, and tossed and fired. Chili Crisp. That's our new Chili Crisp Dumplings. Get them today. Only at Waba Grill. It's for you.
Have you heard the refinancing rule of thumb that says you have to drop your rate at least 0.5% to refi because it'll take several years of savings to recoup the closing costs for a refi? The Loan Exchange says the rule is nonsense. With a Loan Exchange free closer, you can lower your rate without paying any cost whatsoever. That's right, lower your rate with no cost and your balance doesn't go up. You start saving on the first day you have the loan and every day thereafter. If you decide to move next year or rates drop further, you can exchange that loan for another without losing a dollar that was tied up in closing costs. Today's 30-year fixed-free closer rate and APR is 5.625%. So if your current mortgage rate is higher than 5.625%, give the Loan Exchange a call at 855-752-9944 or log on to theloanexchange.com. It won't cost you a thing. NMLS 1637539. Loan subject to credit approval. See website for licensing information, loan terms and conditions. Equal housing lender. Call 855-752-9944 or visit theloanexchange.com.
Mike, in sports, dynasties don't happen by luck. They happen with culture, coaching, and execution.
Couldn't have said it better myself, Travis, but that's exactly how we run Rotolo Chevrolet.
Mike, it's actually pretty simple. Customer service that takes care of people.
It's probably the biggest reason why people choose Rotolo Chevrolet. They come from all over California.
210 freeway, Sierra Avenue exit, right there in Fontana. I'm going to remember that the rest of my life.
Love it.
And of course, RotoloChevy.com. ROTOLO Chevy.com.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-568-2790. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-568-2790. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-568-2790. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-568-2790 or biglou.com.
The Sedano and Cap Morning Show is on.
And this is going to get a little complicated, Cappy, so follow me here
I'm
for a
listening
second.
very intently.
Mornings on ESPN LA will never be the same.
I'm listening very intently. Go ahead. I can't wait to hear what's about to happen next.
Back to Sedano and Cap.
These boots are made for walking.
10 minutes after 8 o'clock, the Sedano and Cap Morning Show on KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station. Cappy, we are live from St. Joseph's Hospital, a Providence hospital in Orange. This is where it all went down for me a year ago. We will be talking to some special guests coming up as we celebrate the I'm Still Standing edition of the Sedano and Cap Morning Show. Sedano getting ready to head to Detroit for the NBA on ESPN. But on this day in 1966, you hear it there. The number one hit, Nancy Sinatra, These Boots Are Made for Walking, Jack. And I'm wearing cowboy boots just for you. Let's turn on our mic, please.
You are booted and suited today. Looking sharp.
Today is also National Toast Day.
Toast?
Yeah. What kind of toast?
All right. I would say I'm probably going to go with whole wheat.
Thank you.
Like the butter on the side, please.
I appreciate that, yeah.
And can I get some strawberry jelly to go with that?
Absolutely right.
Strawberry jelly?
Yeah.
I don't know. That seems odd.
Well, what do you guys do? You guys use jelly on
It's
toast?
a lot of sugar.
You guys use jelly on toast at all or no?
No, not really. No.
No, you don't use jelly on toast, huh?
No.
By the way, let's do this solicit now, guys. Back at the headquarters, producer Lindsay Baseball, producer Jorge, Gregory Arthur Bergman. It's a Cosm Ticket Thursday. Call 213-799-0139. Well, tell one more time since I stumbled. 213-799-0139. Caller number 7 wins a pair of GA tickets to watch WWE Elimination Chamber. I'd put you in Elimination Chamber.
Oh, yeah?
At Cosm Los Angeles on Saturday, February 28th. Feel the intensity on Cosm's immersive shared reality displays, only with ESPN LA. That number, 213-799-0139. Caller number 7 wins on a Cosm Ticket Thursday. It's also a Providence Thursday as we celebrate all the great things that Providence did, and they do every day. And I know we talk a lot about me, my favorite subject, but they help so many millions of people in so many places, and Providence just, and when we talked to Emma Blake, who was my ICU nurse, again, I don't remember her, but how Providence takes care of the human aspect and the families involved with patients. So we'll talk about that coming up.
So I was coming up here today, driving up from South, and I called one of my college teammates who lives here in Orange, and I said, hey, we're doing a broadcast from Providence, St. Joe's. Let's get together for lunch today. He goes, oh, I'm out of town. I'm on a business trip. He goes, oh, you're at Providence? He goes, they did my knee. They did my son's appendectomy, and I don't know what surgery they did for his wife, but he told me they did something for her too. So, I mean, yeah, this is the spot here locally, right here in the heart of Orange County. And, yeah, we're very lucky. A year later, not only do we have Christopher standing with us. Now, again, I've had some people that have hit me up today and said, you know, that's not such a great thing. But that aside, I will just say that it is a very good celebration today, not just for you being here, for the care that they provided to you and your family, but to also all that they do.
And here's the thing, Sedano. I don't complain about the care that I received at Providence, but you know who complains a lot?
Who?
And finally this week, it seems like a lot of people are calling out Luka for constantly
Nice job.
Thank you.
Good transition.
I tried.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's not a new thing, you know what I mean? So
But why does it seem like a new thing this week?
I'm going to tell you why. Because here's why. Guys like me, as an example, when Luka played in Dallas, we saw highlights and we saw playoff games. So we weren't watching all 82 regular season games. Now that you watch him every single night, it gets so under your skin that it's like, dude, you can't complain on every single play. And the thing is this, LeBron does it as well, but LeBron at least, will get back and be on the other end of the floor. Luka finds himself barking at referees, and the action is on the other end. And we know how bad the Lakers are defensively, and we know how bad he is individually defensively. But being bad is fine if at least you're on the other end, the defensive end of the floor. So I think for me, George, my answer is it's watching him every single night and now realizing how much he is not in control of his emotions, and he lets those emotions get the best of him, and he'll spend more time barking at a referee rather than even trying to play defense.
And I think it's also that they're losing. So if they were winning a lot more games and beating teams like OKC every once in a while, Houston, like beating the top teams more often, we wouldn't be complaining about it. But because they're losing games to Boston so badly, because they lost to the Magic, you're looking at it like, okay, we lost this game and you're complaining. So they're combined, it feels like.
There's nobody that can fix this, though, other than him.
No, that's it. I mean, he literally has a commercial in the preseason about his shoes, right? Where he's writing letters to officials, sorry about complaining or whatever. Like,
just certain guys just cannot control their emotions.
So I think the bigger story today is less about Luka, but did you see Dave McGowan's story about DeAndre Ayton?
Tell me more. No, the answer is no. I haven't seen it.
All right, so Dave has a story out this morning that came out at 7 a.m. About the Lakers situation and the loss to the Orlando Magic. And it talks about DeAndre Ayton playing well in that game. And in the story, the biggest takeaway is that Ayton was allegedly heard on the way to the locker room after the loss to the Lakers saying out loud, "They're trying to make me Clint Capella. I'm not no Clint Capella." Now, here's what I would say, and this was part of the problem I had with him coming in, is that he's not going to want to play a role. And Clint Capella is exactly what the Lakers need, okay? Like in his prime, not now, Clint Capella's old. But like Clint Capella defends the rim, rebounded as well as anyone in the sport, okay? Defended at a high level, and then finished at the basket strong, okay? And defended the perimeter well, like exactly what you would want from a modern center. The problem with DeAndre Ayton is he doesn't want to be that. He wants to be, I don't know, I think he thinks he's Joel Embiid. And it's like, bro, you're not that. Like, you're not that. So he's in this story, that's the biggest takeaway. And it's one of these things that when you think about the way the Lakers needed guys to buy in, okay? They made some bets, and this is a big bet. And you could say it's not a big bet because it was an $8 million bet, but it is a big bet because when you're paying three guys $100+ million, you need to hit on all those other smaller contracts. And his is one of the larger ones of the smaller contracts, okay? So because of that, you know, Marcus Smart, no issues with his effort. Just not the same player he used to be. But by the way, still a very competent defender. And I would say a high-level defender still. And, you know, he hit some shots and timely shots and whatnot. But I have zero issues with Marcus Smart and the addition of Marcus Smart. But DeAndre Ayton coming out and now saying he's no Clint Capella, dude, that's exactly what they needed you to be. And you're not willing to do it because you literally just don't get it.
You know what's funny about that, though, George? I'm kind of thinking about it a little bit differently, like, oh, wow. he actually has some emotion. Oh, wow, he actually cares. But the only thing it seems that makes Ayton play decently, and it was the first half, really. I mean, I didn't think he was so spectacular in the second half, but he did play well in the first half against Orlando, especially when he scored 17 points and Austin Reaves had none. And in the following, the second half, I think, Ayton had maybe 4 or 5 points, and Austin Reaves kind of exploded. At least there's some emotion in there. At least there's a little bit of anger in there. That was something I was questioning. Like, does he care at all?
Dude, let me tell you something. You can't be the $8 million guy that has an attitude, okay? You can't be especially when you just got bought out, okay?
Well,
you can't be the $8 million guy who is high maintenance. Like, that's not what is going to work for you moving forward. Like, that is absolutely a terrible, terrible plan if that's what he's doing now. And it's not going to help him here, and they has no choice but to play him, but it's certainly not going to help him moving forward. Like, you can't – one thing, like, you expect the star players in any sport to be, quote-unquote, high maintenance, right? Mm-hmm. That's just part of it. Luka, LeBron, hell, even Austin, if he was high maintenance. I don't know if he is. I don't believe so, but let's just say he was, right? Who cares? That's what you expect. He's one of the biggest contributors on the team, okay? Same thing for the quarterback. Same thing for the, whatever. Like, whatever position you want to talk about in any sport. You can't be the $8 million role player, even if you were a former number 1 pick, to be the guy who is high maintenance. Like, do you think Michael Thompson was high maintenance with the Lakers when he was backing up Kareem? The answer to that is no.
Go ahead.
I'm going to guess not, but your point is made on me, and here's the thing.
But and no, wait. Let me add this.
Yeah.
So in this story McMiniman has, they asked Marcus Smart, who was also a free agent, right? Whose locker is literally next to DeAndre Ayton's, and asked about his, about DeAndre, right? And he says, I think he's done okay. He definitely could be better. We all could. But I think I love about it is he understands and he's working at it. We're all trying to figure it out. This is new to everybody. He's doing his best, but he understands it's another notch that we need him to go to. And we're going to try to get him there and help with that. But he knows he's got to do his part as well. That's as good a job as you can do of towing the line of saying, dude, get with it. I'm not going to rip you publicly, but I'm not going to sugarcoat necessarily either. People are going to be able to read between the lines. That's a great job by a veteran there of doing as good a job as he could towing the line on a guy who's been way too high maintenance for a guy who's one step away from potentially being out of the league.
Yeah, and by the way, that quote that Dave McMiniman put in that story was something that we actually talked about just a little bit earlier in the week when JJ had the quote in the LA Times, which was that he gave about 20% effort. And everybody seems to be walking around on eggshells around this guy because they're trying to get the best from him, and it just seems like he doesn't have the kind of personality where you can give him some tough love and he would snap out of it.
No, it's actually the opposite. Everybody in Phoenix would tell you that.
Yeah, that's the point. Everybody's walking on eggshells around this guy because nobody wants to just tell him the God's honest truth, which is, bro, with your size and your background and you're being the number 1 overall pick and all these other things, you should be significantly better. But here's the problem. You know what DeAndre Ayton would say if you told him that, George? He'd say, yeah, well, get me the ball. You see, and therein lies the problem, is that you can't be a diva or high maintenance when you're only the $8 million guy, and you can't be those things when you're supposed to be a role player on a team that has a lot of offensive weapons. He doesn't want to play his role, which is why he played so poorly against Boston, and JJ aired him out for only giving 20%. So what did they do in the first half against Orlando? They tried to make him happy. How'd they do that? Gave him the ball. The only way to make him happy and productive is to give him the ball. The problem is, on this team, he shouldn't have the ball. And he doesn't like that. And that's a problem. And by the way, all of that I just said.
That was pretty good.
I
thought that was good.
Nice.
You've been going to the Greg Bergman School of
Yeah,
Content?
well, I've been working with Bergie.
All right.
So is Travis.
Yeah.
And I do daily.
Yeah.
I do daily.
You know, I got this app for my birthday, Masterclass. You always say Masterclass.
It's a Bergie Masterclass.
Bergie's got a Masterclass on Masterclass.
The Bergie class.
I've been studying it relentlessly.
8:22 in the morning. By the way,
partnership on that?
we can. Let's work on it.
Do it.
By the way, Lakers Suns coverage begins today at 4:30 p.m. In your afternoon drive, we'll have a short 90-minute edition of the DeMarco and Travis Afternoon Show, and then Beto Duran, the Toyota Lakers countdown to tip-off. Lakers Suns, hear it for your afternoon drive on 7:10 a.m. or in crystal clear digital audio on the all-new ESPN LA app. Okay, let's talk about our friends, guys, at 8:23 this morning on a Thursday. We're live from Providence, St. Joseph's Hospital in Orange. But, Cappy, tomorrow we are going to be back in North OC, the whole Mishpucha, all of us, you, me, Bergie, producer Lindsay Baseball, at the Visionworks, right off the 91 freeway at Harbor and Orangethorpe, the Orange Fair Mall. And our friends at Visionworks have been taking care of our eyes, Cappy.
Well, we're around a lot of doctors today, around a lot of medical professionals today here at Providence. Tomorrow, we invite everybody to come join us at Visionworks because I think tomorrow, for those of you that are like me and you didn't have your eyes checked, and then last night I'm sitting there having dinner with Rachel, and I'm watching this basketball game.
And you can't see anything.
I swear, I'm telling you, Detroit is playing Oklahoma City, and I'm like this. I'm squinting going, does that say 100 to 85? Like, I can't see. So everybody come join us tomorrow because you can get your eye exam. That's what I recently did when I went to the Visionworks store in Santa Ana. They are checking not just for your vision, but they're also checking for early signs of glaucoma, diabetes, hypertension. They're checking the health of your eyes, Lindsay Baseball, and we'll all be there tomorrow.
That's right, Cappy. And you know what was really cool is when they take a picture of your retina and they can see to make sure that, you don't have any spots going on there. So I really enjoyed my eye exam there. I can't wait till tomorrow when I get my glasses. And if you want some glasses from Visionworks, all you got to do is go to their website, visionworks.com. You can schedule an appointment. You can check and see if they accept your insurance. You can even browse their glasses, order a pair, and you can check your order online.
Here's the thing, Cappy. It's tax season. You're going to get those tax refunds. And here's the good news. You don't have to spend those tax refunds on Sedano and Cap Morning Show T-shirts or Lakers tickets because we're going to be giving away both things tomorrow at Visionworks. All 4 editions of the limited edition exclusive Sedano and Cap Morning Show T-shirts. The Love Boat one.
Okay.
The Hey Man. The Sedano Two Things Can Be True. And what will be number 4? I'll tell you later on social media. We're giving those out to everybody tomorrow, and we'll have a special raffle for Lakers tickets. That's tomorrow with the Visionworks off the 91 freeway in Fullerton, the Orange Fair Mall, Harbor and Orangethorpe intersection. Join us tomorrow and press the flesh with us. Plus, Visionworks has that 60% off glasses tomorrow. Today, though, we are at Providence, St. Joseph's Hospital in Orange. And coming up, we got some very special guests as we continue along the I'm Still Standing special. Providence.org/SoCalHeart. We took your blood pressure earlier in the week. You got major problems. And we're gonna
I do not have major problems.
You do?
I do not.
We're going to talk about it with Dr. Jairo Marin. He's one of the cardiologists here at St. Joseph's. And Emma Blake, who was my ICU nurse, took care of my family. No, she's going to be here too.
Okay.
And I think if I remember correctly, she's a hockey fan and a Ducks fan. But we'll talk about that all day. Yeah,
Ducks
exactly.
Big win last night.
It's the Sedano and Cap Morning Show on a Thursday, a Providence Thursday, right here on ESPN LA. We're back in 3 minutes from right now.
The Sedano and Cap Morning Show. We'd like to thank our founding partner,
Providence, caring with compassion in Southern California.
This is the Sedano and Cap Morning Show.
Vista Paint is California's original paint company and has been serving pros and homeowners since 1956. Our paints are formulated for lasting performance, beautiful finishes, and made to withstand the weather. Vista Paint, locally made, expertly crafted, always reliable.
Focus Features presents the film Hamnet from director Chloe Zhao and producers Steven Spielberg and Sam Mendes. The AFI hails. Hamnet lifts the audience high above humanity. And now the Golden Globe winner for Best Picture of the Year has been nominated for 8 Academy Awards, including Best Actress Jessie Buckley and Best Picture of the Year. Hamnet, our stories live forever. Rated PG-13. May be inappropriate for children under 13. Now playing in theaters everywhere.
Bowling, 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 everybody's bowling. I don't mean to brag, but they don't call me Mr. Pinhead for nothing. Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
Bowling! Canyon Lanes at Morongo is a strike, spare, and side-splitting good time.
Number 2.
Rick Ross, live March 20th, only at Morongo.
And the number 1 reason.
We're giving away a Ford Bronco this Friday. There's still time. Play now. Earn entries on your rewards card. Be there to win.
Morongo, good times.
It's baseball.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game.
Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen for Pella Windows and Doors. Sometimes teams take a time out to regroup and call the right play. When it comes to your home, Pella Windows and Doors always has the winning game plan. They do it every day, and that's why your neighbors trust them. Visit Pella.com/Eisen today. Right now, Pella Windows and Doors of Los Angeles is offering 25% off windows and doors and 0% APR for 24 months. Some restrictions may apply. See store for details. Offer ends February 28th, 2026.
The Sedano and Cap Morning Show is on.
That encapsulizes Rivers' entire career.
Encapsulate, yeah.
Wait, encapsulizes is not a real thing?
George Sedano, Scott Kaplan.
You can't encapsulize a thing? No, you only encapsulate it? Okay.
More Sedano and Cap right now.
I've traveled every road in this here land.
8:28 in the morning, the Sedano and Cap Morning Show on a Thursday, Captain Providence Thursday. You and me are proud to be live from St. Joseph's Hospital in Orange, the site of where it all went down a year ago, Cappy. But first, I know we're playing some Johnny Cash. Why are we playing Johnny Cash? Because on this day, we lost him back in 2003, but today's Johnny Cash's birthday.
You know, had he come to Providence,
he might have been okay.
He might still be here.
Had he had the amazing care that we all got, or at least I got, at Providence, so many people get every single day across the Providence hospitals in Southern California. Providence.org/SoCalHeart. It is American Heart Month. And as part of this, you know, I wanted to come back 1 year later to kind of say, hey, I made it. I'm still standing as we're calling this show. And the person to my left, for those watching on YouTube, and we'll be using this content for a long time.
Is that not Taylor Swift?
This is not.
Okay. Okay.
This is the great
Do you
Emma
get that?
Blake.
I get that a lot, yeah.
I've said Emma's name on the radio countless times because Emma Blake was my ICU nurse.
Yes.
Now, I don't really remember Emma, but I remember her voice when they were taking me out of the coma. But Emma took care of Stephanie, my girlfriend, the Italian stallion, my uncles here, my parents, because you kept everybody sane when things were not looking very good. And I want to talk about that in a moment. But to your right is an amazing cardiologist here at St. Joseph's Hospital. And I hear an Ecuadorian soccer fan. That's what I've been told. Dr. Marin. Doctor, you're an Ecuadorian soccer fan, right?
That's right.
Now, Ecuador's playing in the World Cup. Are you jacked up for that?
Absolutely. They made it, yes.
They made it. Are they going to win the whole thing?
No.
It's funny the way you say it. He's an Ecuadorian soccer fan. Does that mean that he's from Ecuador and he likes soccer, or does that mean that he just happens to be a fan of the Ecuadorian team? Turns out, Doctor here was a college soccer player.
Really?
Down at the University of California, San Diego. I don't want to say the years because look how young this kid looks right here, you know. But the years will surprise you. But, yeah, and still an avid soccer player now, right?
I still play, yes.
Where were you playing, like men's leagues, or what's the story?
In a men's league for older men.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah, anybody get hurt out there? Anybody tear an Achilles?
Not yet. Don't say that.
Okay.
Dr. Jairo Marin, part of the great cardiology team here at St. Joseph's Hospital. Now, you're an interventional cardiologist. For our morning show audience that has no clue what that means, what does that mean?
That means that we take care of patients in an invasive way. If you come in with a heart attack, we're able to intervene and take care of the artery, fix you up, while a regular cardiologist will not be able to do that.
Okay. So that means you went to school extra time, right?
A little bit.
Okay, just a little bit. Just a little bit. Now, I came into St. Joseph's Hospital. I didn't walk through the lobby about a year ago. I went into the emergency room, and I had severe heart failure, 16% ejection fraction rate. A lot of people were looking like me, like, wow, what did this guy do? And there was one person, Katie Cornella, who I'm sure you're familiar with. Katie the next morning said it was all the alcohol. It was all the alcohol. It was all the alcohol I was drinking. I think everything else is fine. And she ended up being right because now I'm at 65% rate.
Wow.
But at a 16, you're impressed with that?
You like that? That's impressive. From 16 to 65.
That's good. That's good. Care, right?
Yeah. I mean, in sports, if you can go from a 16 to a 65, you're a big winner, right?
Yeah.
Now, for people that hear this story, and I've been very proud, and thanks to our partnership with Providence, to tell the story on the radio for the last year, what does that mean, an ejection fraction rate of 16%?
Okay, first of all, I do want to tell you that alcoholic cardiomyopathy is one of the cardiomyopathies that actually gets better when you abstain from drinking alcohol.
Sober 14 months.
And that's what you've done so well. An ejection fraction of 16%.
Yeah, you give him a round of applause. Sober 14 months. It's true.
So basically, ejection fraction is a way of telling us how the heart is functioning. It tells us what percentage of blood that goes into the heart gets pumped to the body. Normal ejection fraction is 55 to 75%. You came in at 16%.
Not good, right?
No, you came in pretty bad shape.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, when they say I almost died, that's pretty true, right? It could have all gone the other way, Doc.
You know, not only that, I looked at your chart a little bit, and not only was your ejection fraction 16%, but you were very hypertensive. You had very high blood pressure.
Really high.
So making your heart even harder to pump, even making it harder for the blood to pump forward. So it was critical in your case to control your blood pressure, get rid of the fluid in your lungs, and eventually put you on guideline-directed medical therapy.
I just want to ask a quick question.
No, I know where you're going. I want to go there first.
Where are you going?
You want to talk about your blood pressure?
No, not at all.
I'm going to get to his blood pressure
my
in
blood
a second,
pressure is
Doc.
great.
No, it's not.
But here's the thing. Somebody's driving around out there right now. Somebody's walking around out there right now, and they don't know what's wrong with them. And truth be told, Doc, we didn't know what was wrong with Chris because really, like the night before, 2 nights before you got here, we were having dinner.
No, it was a few weeks. The few nights before, I was in pretty bad shape.
Okay, so
about 3 weeks before all this, he said to me, we got to start talking about your weight. You seem to be getting really big. And I go, I'm just stressed out. I'm drinking a lot. I'm eating poorly. I'm fat.
We're walking across the street, and he's huffing and puffing, and I'm going, something just doesn't seem right here. And it turns out what Chris was telling us was that he was gaining a lot of weight.
Rapidly.
But he wasn't eating differently or drinking differently, but I guess the fluid was accumulating inside of his body because his heart wasn't beating and pumping it out.
So what happens to Chris is actually very common. Patients' onset of heart failure can be insidious, very slow, progressive over weeks, months sometimes, and the person tends to ignore the symptoms. I
did that.
They ignore the symptoms or they adjust their lifestyle to minimize the symptoms. By the time he came in, he was actually life-threatening by the time he came in.
Yeah, life-threatening.
You know.
So I want to talk to Emma here in a moment about the things I was saying while I was in a coma. Or I guess I wasn't saying much of anything. But first.
Which must have been wonderful.
People would pray for me not to talk for 3 days.
That must have been great. You have no idea, girl, what you got versus what we get every day.
He sounds like a joy.
But let's talk about Cappy's blood pressure real quick, Dr. Marin. We took it earlier in the week. Now, he's on blood pressure medication, and it was 160 over 85, but a good heart rate of 51. But you know what this guy's doing? He's putting caffeine pouches in his mouth.
That's not necessarily true. I did put caffeine pouches in my mouth twice, but it's not like it's a regular daily thing.
But on blood pressure meds, his blood pressure shouldn't be that high, right?
How dangerous is caffeine for somebody
Not
who has
caffeine, caffeine pouches.
Okay, but it was 200 milligrams of a caffeine pouch. How dangerous is that for somebody who does have slightly high blood pressure and is on blood pressure medication?
So caffeine will increase both your heart rate and your blood pressure, both.
Okay.
We did a science project in the 6th grade when my son was in the 6th grade in which we gave caffeine to healthy adults and measured the blood pressure and heart rate every half an hour for 6 hours, and it steadily went up. So that caffeine is making your blood pressure harder to control.
Okay.
You want your blood pressure to be between 100 and 130. 160 is quite high. And high blood pressure is also one of the most common causes of cardiomyopathy, bad muscle. In your case, it won't be as reversible as this was.
So
guess what? Then you might be dying, and we won't be able to do a 1-year anniversary show for you.
That is true. Let's hope that doesn't happen. My cardiologist put me on blood pressure medication, and I was like fighting him on it. I'm like, I don't want to take any pills of any kind, you know? And he's like, let me tell you something. He said, guys your age come into my office all the time, and I immediately send them to the emergency room to have some procedure done. He goes, so taking this blood pressure medication is preventative. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, absolutely. You got to get that blood pressure under control before you cause any muscle damage. You got to listen to your cardiologist.
No muscle damage.
But when he took my blood pressure the other day, I'd already had coffee. I'd already had like a 2+ hour drive.
And the caffeine pouch.
No, I hadn't had the caffeine pouch at that point.
All right.
So maybe that's bad. I mean, maybe my blood pressure was too high. Given that, what do you think? Coffee increases the blood pressure, though.
Caffeine will increase your blood pressure.
Just so you know, I was fearful because I get very nervous when I get my blood pressure taken. I didn't drink any coffee yet today just because I was worried that you guys might take my blood pressure here today, and I didn't want to have any increase in blood pressure. But now I've been on the air for almost 2 hours. There's a lot of increase in blood pressure.
Absolutely.
Now, Dr. Marin, I want to ask you real quick before we get to my coma and my ICU stay. I obviously am a big fan of Providence's cardiac care. I talk about it nonstop. You guys saved my life. I wouldn't be here. And I say this often, that if I was at any other hospital group, I would have died because of the ICU care when I ended up having strokes and seizures caused by the heart failure. What makes Providence so unique and the cardiac care?
Yeah, we're lucky to have in this hospital cardiologists, nurses, nurse practitioners, CVT technicians that are very skilled and actually very dedicated to what they do, and they're vested on what they do. And not only are they vested, but they want the best results possible, and their results are measured continuously. So we stay always at the highest standard possible. Also, Providence, and especially St. Joseph's Hospital, we can take care of the cardiovascular patient. We can do a comprehensive care of the cardiovascular patient. We can do almost anything for the cardiac patient, from open heart surgery, taking care of acute myocardial infarctions. You're going to talk to Dr. Tukowski today, who replaces valves through a little hole in the groin, where you come in the morning, you go home the next day. Before you have to have your chest cracked and be in the hospital for 7 to 10 days, they're replacing all the valves through a little hole in the groin. We take care of arrhythmias. The only thing we don't do in this hospital is heart transplant. Otherwise, we can fully take care of the cardiovascular patient.
Now, you mentioned we're going to talk to Dr. Kolsky next hour during our 9 o'clock hour here on the Sedano and Cap Morning Show on ESPN LA. Is Dr. Kolsky also a soccer player like you or no?
Not like me.
Not like you.
Not
Okay.
like you.
Okay.
He is a soccer player, but not quite
he
like you.
Play,
huh?
He did play in
Oh, you did?
in high school.
So
Yeah,
you guys got soccer balls kicking around over there
but
in the
he
cardiology
also
department.
plays golf. He also plays tennis, and but I have a feeling he was probably an enforcer.
He was an enforcer, huh?
Dr. Ira Marin, thank you so much for all the care.
Way to go,
Thank you
Doc.
for
I want
joining
to
us.
congratulate you. You're doing
Thank you
great.
so much.
Right?
Thank you.
Hey, pleasure, man. Thank you very much.
Oh, now
And
Emma
good luck
Blake.
to Ecuador.
Hi.
Emma Blake, the ICU nurse that took care of me while I was in a coma.
I did.
Big round of applause for the doc, by the way. They love him here.
We love Dr.
They love this freaking guy.
So, Emma, it's funny because Katie Cornella, when we did an interview a few months ago, and Katie, I always talk about how she saved my life, my great cardiologist here, part of the team with Dr. Marin, Dr. Cobb, and everyone. And she would say, I talk to Emma all the time about you. We remember you. We remember your family. And I'm like, I remember Emma's voice, but I don't remember what she looks like until we connected on social media, 8 months after I left this hospital.
You did, yeah.
So I was in a coma because I had several seizures and I had strokes, right?
Yep.
And then how bad was it? Because everybody else, after I made it through, was telling me how bad it was and the amazing care that my family got at Providence. Not so much, obviously, you were taking care of me and keeping me alive, but you kept everyone calm while everybody was losing their mind. But how bad was it?
So usually, you were on the floor. You were ready to go home, and you had a really bad seizure, which led you to come up to me.
Okay.
And you were pretty out of it, and then you had another one. And so we intubated you because we were worried about your airway.
Okay.
Because when you have a long seizure like that, you lose consciousness, and you can compromise your airway, and then you can die.
So, Cappy, see, I almost died. I told you.
I know. Wait, so when you said he was on the floor, you're saying, because I remember this day, he was going to get out that day.
Yeah.
And then, as I best recall, there was some piece of hardware that you were going to be taking
A life
home
vest.
with you.
Life vest.
And Katie Cornella made sure I had to have that life vest.
Right.
And they didn't have it ready,
Right.
so I stayed one more night.
Okay, and then all of this happened.
Yeah.
Okay. And then he winds up coming up to your floor.
Yeah. So then I believe it was Dr. Gyasi that was your ICU doctor.
Okay.
We work really tight-knit with our ICU docs. They're on the floor. They stay. They have their office right next to us. We just, we intubated you like that. Part of my job is to take care of you, but also communicate everything we're doing to your family, So we were trying to figure out why you were having seizures. I ran you down. We did CT scans. We did MRIs. I think there was a moment where your mom and Stephanie were just, crying. They were, so upset. Everybody was, so worried for you. And I just had to look at them and be like, hey, I got him. Don't worry. I'm here.
But do you just say that to calm people down, or, were you feeling super confident, we've got this under control and we're going to get him back?
I think, we are good at what we do. So I know I have my team that will help me if something were to happen. I know I have my doctors. I have, Katie and the cardiology team. I'm confident in this hospital. So it's from a compassionate point that I can say, no, I got him because people got me. I've been in the chair. I've been the visitor. I've been the family member. And I've been the one that's like a mess, and I didn't know what was happening. I wasn't a nurse yet. I was confused. What is going on? What's happening? And so part of my job is to be the bridge, because you see the doctors for like 5-10 minutes. They have so many other things to do, but you see me all day. So yeah, I felt like I had you, despite how bad it was. You know, you had some strokes that were from your heart failure. That was causing your seizures, and once we knew what it was, we knew what to do. And I think that's why you bounce back so quick. You know, we have such a good comprehensive team. We can do everything here. And, you know, while it was bad, we were able to get you back to being in this chair today.
Well, thank you.
Of course.
Obviously.
Yeah, you can give her a round of applause. I mean, come on. I mean, I don't know about the rest of you guys, but I'm looking at her and I think she's 12 years old, right? You know what I mean? I mean, this is an incredible professional who looks like a little girl. Wow, what a professional! What a beautiful thing to say. Seriously,
I love what I do. You know,
you always wanted to work in the ICU, I've been told.
I do. I did. I have had both of my grandparents in the ICU. My late, grandmother died of cancer, so she had pretty frequent visits. My grandfather had heart failure secondary to diabetes, and he unfortunately passed away in the ICU when I was 17, sorry.
And this was the impactful moment
and
for
that
you?
was that's what did it for me, because as a 17-year-old applying for nursing school, literally doing my applications while he's in the hospital, I had these nurses just sit me down and be like, you want to be a nurse? Like, let me show you. And showed me his vitals, showed me what they were doing, explained everything to me. And I think that for me, I was like, that's it. That's what I want to do. I want to be the one that's there to hold the family's hands and be in control of taking care of these patients. So ICU is, for me, I love it. It's a passion. Nurse is a calling. And I definitely heard it, and I'm glad I went with it.
Wow.
8:44.
That's really cool, man.
On the Sedano and Cap Morning Show. We're calling it the Still Standing Show, because I'm still standing. I'm here.
Yeah.
Partly because of you. Thank you so much. I have said on the radio for the last year, and I have had the privilege of talking about the amazing care I received here at Providence. You took care of my family and kept them sane during all of this. But I say, and I know it's a little hyperbole, but that's what I do on the radio. I do a lot of bits and stuff, Emma. But I say if I wasn't in a Providence ICU, I'd be dead. Is that a wild statement?
No.
See, I like that.
So.
Yeah.
Confident.
We have a great team here. You know, from the nurses to the therapists to the doctors, the PAs, there's more than one me. There's more than one Katie. We're all here, and we're here for a reason, and that's to help people.
Well, thank you. Now, real quick,
amazing.
we are a sports show.
Mm-hmm.
Love it.
And apparently, if I remember correctly, through all the strokes and the seizures and all the stuff you had me on when I was in a coma, you're a Ducks fan, right?
I am a Ducks fan.
Now, we're the home of the Kings.
I know
the
you
LA
are.
Kings. But the Ducks actually beat the Oilers last night.
As we should.
6-5, good game.
6-5.
Playoff season's coming up.
And the Ducks are in the playoffs right now, right?
Do you go to Ducks games?
Oh, all the time. I love
real?
the Ducks. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
How many Ducks games, if they got 41 home games a year, how many games do you think you make it to?
Oh, probably at least like 7.
Okay,
Wow.
pretty good. Pretty
At
good.
least,
now,
yeah.
have you ever come to a Kings game?
Yes.
Why the tone?
Not to see the Kings.
See the Ducks.
All
I'm
right, so you
guessing.
went to a Ducks-Kings game.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking, I haven't looked at the schedule far enough ahead, but I was watching the Kings last night, and they had a good lead, 2-1 going into the third period, and they gave up 5 goals in the third period. I mean, it was a disaster. And actually, it turned out to be a really great game because it was a 1-goal game as well. But I'm thinking, just thinking out loud here, what if we invite the team to a Ducks-Kings game up in L.A.?
I think that already happened this season.
Well, let's do it again.
But Sam Boney's here somewhere. Did the Ducks play the Kings already? At Crypto.com?
Is there another Ducks-Kings game? There is.
Oh, there is.
There
Okay.
is.
Well,
You
whenever
should
that
come.
is,
You
then
should
you're
come
coming to
hang
that
out.
game.
That would be great.
Okay,
Yeah.
done.
It would be so fun.
And you can wear your Ducks gear. That's fine. We'll
Okay.
wear our Kings gear.
Perfect.
It's cool.
It's fine.
I was like, because I can't come if I have to wear a King.
No, it's fine. You can be in the ESPN LA suite in Ducks gear.
Perfect.
We won't get mad.
Great.
Well, Emma Blake, my ICU nurse here at St. Joseph's Hospital, thank you.
Of course.
And thank you for on your day off coming in to talk to us.
wow.
Anything for you guys.
Wow.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you.
I'm going to ask you to come around. I got to get a little. I'm going to have to bring it in with you.
Yeah, bring it in.
I'm going to need to bring it in with you. What a girl. What an amazing story you are. You're awesome.
The Sedano
Seriously.
and Cap Morning Show on a Thursday, a Providence Thursday.
What a round of applause for Emma, everybody.
Absolutely.
She's awesome. You talk about compassion. You use that word compassion all the time.
I do.
With the treatment that you received here. What a girl.
Care with compassion. In Southern California, that's what Providence does. 8:47 in the morning, quack, quack.
She killed it, by the way.
She's amazing.
She's getting high fives from all of her teammates right now. She's great.
We will talk to Dr. Brian Kolsky next hour. He's another great cardiologist here at St. Joseph's Hospital. Real quick, let me tell you this. It's game day, which means it's time to BB go for it. Listen to Mason and Ireland today for your chance to play. When you hear the cue to call, be caller number 7. And guess which team scores the first 3-point basket of the game. Will it be the Lakers or the Suns, Jack? Get it right, and you'll win a $100 BB Go promo code. That's a $100 BB Go promo code. $100 in BB Go. Plus, you'll be entered for a chance to win a trip to basketball's biggest stage from our friends at BB Go. Bring something different to the table. BB, go for it. Cappy, we're going to take a little time out.
Okay. And
then when we come back, we'll do a little morning wood thanks to our friends at Hernandez Wholesale Flooring. And we'll get ready for the 9 a.m. hour right here. The Sedano and Cap Morning Show on a Providence Thursday on ESPN LA.
This is the Sedano and Cap Morning Show.
Have you heard the refinancing rule of thumb that says you have to drop your rate at least 0.5% to refi because it'll take several years of savings to recoup the closing costs for a refi? The Loan Exchange says the rule is nonsense. With a Loan Exchange free closer, you can lower your rate without paying any cost whatsoever. That's right, lower your rate with no cost and your balance doesn't go up. You start saving on the first day you have the loan and every day thereafter. If you decide to move next year or rates drop further, you can exchange that loan for another without losing a dollar that was tied up in closing costs. Today's 30-year fixed-free closer rate in APR is 5.625%. So if your current mortgage rate is higher than 5.625%, give the Loan Exchange a call at 855-752-9944 or log on to theloanexchange.com. It won't cost you a thing. NMLS 1637539. Loan subject to credit approval. See website for licensing information, loan terms and conditions. Equal housing lender. Call 855-752-9944 or visit theloanexchange.com.
Celebrate the Lunar New Year at Pechanga Resort Casino. Kick the year of the horse into overdrive with cash and easy play giveaways every Saturday during the month of February. Plus, one lucky guest will take home a brand new Ferrari on February 28th. Earn entries for Pechanga's Lunar New Year drawings by using your rewards card when you play your favorite slots and table games all month long. Then be at Pechanga every Saturday night in February to activate your entries. Must be present to win. Visit pechanga.com for complete details. Must be 21 or older with valid ID to participate.
Oh. Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-568-2790. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-568-2790. That's 800-568-2790. For $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with, call Big Lou at 800-568-2790.
Hey, this is Rich Eisen. You're starting your day with the Sedano and Cap Morning Show on ESPN LA. Don't forget my show. The Rich Eisen Show is coming up this morning at 9 on 710 ESPN and the all-new ESPN LA app. Now, back to the Sedano and Cap Morning Show.
9 minutes in front of 9 o'clock, the Sedano and Cap Morning Show on a Providence Thursday. Cappy and I live from St. Joseph's Hospital, a Providence hospital. Now, we're playing Michael Bolton. I love Michael Bolton, obviously, Cappy. You know that.
Sing it to him,
and
Cappy.
how am I supposed to live without you?
Cappy, you sing it to Morales. It's a big day today.
Oh, wow.
You want me to get down on my knees?
Oh, gosh.
No, I won't. That'd be a little weird in front of everybody.
Or dude, you want Cappy to get down on knees to you?
Maybe. And today is Michael Bolton's 76th birthday.
76?
No, 72.
Oh, 72.
Michael is 72, and unfortunately, now I've seen Springsteen like 9 times.
Yeah, never seen him
Michael
once.
Bolton 7 times in my life.
1 time.
He's an amazing performer.
Okay.
And he's struggling with brain cancer.
Oh, no.
So we wish him the best. But
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, no. So he's having a tough time. And Michael Bolton, he, about 5 years ago, maybe longer, maybe 10, 15 years ago, he did the Saturday Night Live, the Lonely Island, all that bit. He really leaned into it. He leaned into the bit of being Michael Bolton. And he's fantastic, and we love him, and I love him especially.
Wow, I didn't know he was that ill. Sorry to hear that.
Yeah. It is time for the Morning Wood, which is weird to say in front of a whole group at the hospital.
Well, listen, can I just say one thing? We've got a massive crowd here this morning. Yeah, hey, a big shout-out to everybody here at Providence.
At the hospital.
Okay?
In the lobby.
Yeah, we're in the lobby. There is this great Starbucks, and Carlo is about to turn the camera around. Everybody give a big wave out there. Yeah, I mean, we got a massive crowd here at Providence. This is awesome. Thanks, everybody, for coming down and hanging out.
It is American Heart Month, and we're calling it the Still Standing Show because a year ago, I was able to walk out of here thanks to the amazing care I got at Providence, providence.org/SoCalHeart. Time for our, a lot of people may not know the bit, the Morning Wood we do. Brought to you by our friends at Hernandez Wholesale Flooring.
The guys all laughed. The ladies did not. That was kind of weird.
If you're in the market for new flooring, shop at Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, the home of the hardwood, where every day is a deal, no gimmicks. Call 866-624-FLOOR or go to HernandezWholesaleFlooring.net. No sale beats wholesale. Producer Lindsay Baseball, what do we got?
Well, what I was going to ask you guys is that, we've talked a lot about All-Star Weekend and how terrible it is. And Suns owner Matt Ishbia, in a recent interview, said that he thinks that players should be given $1 million prize to win the dunk contest and the three-point contest, and if that were offered, that players would participate. Do you guys agree with that?
First of all, I loved when I heard this Matt Ishbia, I hope I'm pronouncing his name right,
yes.
When I heard him on this interview make this suggestion,
so he was on with Pat McAfee when he said it.
Right. It was a brilliant suggestion, and here's why. Ishbia is a young guy. If you look him up, I'm telling you, he may be like, I don't even know if he's 50 years old yet.
But hasn't he destroyed that team?
It hasn't been great so far since he's owned it.
But the thing is that he has the kind of money to own it and play with it as a toy. But the thing about it is, just the other day we were talking about fan experience. Remember the whole comment that Artie Moreno had?
Yeah.
That fan experience and safety.
We're in Anaheim.
So I got it. No, it's cool. But I mean, the thing is, they were talking about fan experience versus winning. So this guy Ishbia, you know what he's done in Phoenix is he said, hey, look, I want people to come to the games. I want them to be affordable.
Right.
So they lowered the prices on all kinds of concessions. And that's his way of sort of, I would say, ingratiating his way into the fan base, considering the team's not all that good. But it takes guts to say publicly on a show as big as McAfee's is, and with the reach that McAfee has now, I'm willing to put up the money, and here's why. Because the All-Star festivities next year will be in Phoenix in his arena. He wants the best players to be in the three-point contest. He wants the biggest stars to be in the slam dunk contest. He doesn't want a bunch of G-leaguers that nobody's ever heard of before. So it takes balls to say to everybody, I'll put up the money. Now, against all the rules of the NBA.
Of course.
But so what?
Yeah, they can find a way to do it.
At least somebody has the guts to say, we got to come up with a solution. The solution is money.
Grit.
I'll put up the money because it's my All-Star game, and I want it to rock.
You've been going to that Bergman School of Content.
Pretty good, huh?
You sound good. That was a hot take.
Bergasm.
We would rack you in most days.
Yeah.
That was JT the Brick-esque.
Although it must have been a big turnoff here. Wait, JT called you?
No, you called me yesterday, and you just worked through all that. So I'm glad that it all worked out.
By the way, that whole take, though, I thought was really strong, and the entire crowd here at Providence just left.
Well, they were going to wait till the next interview.
Well, they were like, that's not interesting to me.
The Sedano and Cap Morning Show on a Providence Thursday. The Eisen Show begins at 9 a.m. terrestrially. We continue on YouTube and the app live from St. Joseph's Hospital in Orange. Providence.org/SoCalHeart. The Sedano and Cap Morning Show on a Providence Thursday right here on ESPN LA.
Hey, it's Bethlehem Uncle Duran, everyone loves the new 2026 Toyota Electric BZ XLE that has a range of over 300 miles. You can drive one away on a 36-month lease with any old free and clear trade down for only $239 a month. That's a $36,000 car that needs no gas. No cash required. Just drive any old car, truck, or van you own outright in the Wondrous Toyota or Northridge Toyota and drive out with a $239 lease payment.
2026 Toyota BZ XLE FWD. Offer good on any BZ model in stock with an MSRP under $36,650. Over 10 to choose from. Lease excludes tax, title, license, and dealer fees.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News & World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
John Ireland here. Are you sore? If you are active, you work out, play golf, tennis, soccer, football, basketball, are you a runner? Do you bike or exercise regularly? If you do, you need this recovery product. Go to this website, iSpotActive.com. iSpotActive.com. They make compression wear with pockets. It's wearable. Ice cryotherapy. The long sleeve shirt has 8 flexible gel packs that fit in pockets, upper back, lower back, elbows. It's form-fitting, moisture wicking, doesn't stick to your body. There's no polyester to make you sweat. If you love to do what you do what you love with iSpot Active. Go to that website, iSpotActive.com. Everybody I know that has bought one of these things truly loves it. No more strapping on ice bags or trips to the cryo place where you got to drop $50 every time you do it. Ice and go. It's wearable. Ice cryotherapy. Get yours today. You won't be sorry at iSpotActive.com.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Life is full of choices, some big, some small. And when you choose an H&R Block Tax Pro, you're choosing the largest network of tax expertise to be in your corner. For when your big ambitions need help with the small details. For when your 6 figures come from 6 different places. For when your gaming stream becomes your revenue stream. For when your business's year 1 needs 70 years of tax know-how. At H&R Block, we've seen it all, and we're here to help you make the most out of your money for life outside the box. Get started at hrblock.com.
710 ESPN, your home for the 17-time world champion Lakers.
KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Previously on the Sedano and Cap Morning Show.
Are you better than Key? Key drives a Prius.
No, I hated my car. I honestly hated my car.
Wow.
He was always worried that it was going to like blow up. So when we were in it, he'd be like, "Oh, this thing's going to go." I'm like, "It seems fine to me."
No. I thought that it was always going to explode at any moment. It was
I will admit that I once had a Prius, and
really, I liked the Prius. I didn't like the car.
Yeah, I liked it too. And every time I showed up somewhere, they're like, "Yo, you got your sister's car or what?" And I'm like, "Oh man."
Yeah, my mom.
I got ripped all the time for having a Prius.
Mine looked like I was a soccer mom. I had a van. It was just, I hated it. Imagine, so when I was single and I had this soccer mom van, I'd pick up girls and it was like, "Oh, hey, yeah, don't." It's paid off.
It was a Prius van.
Hey, you want to get down in my Prius?
The Sedano and Cap Morning Show is on the air.
The biggest show in ESPN LA history.
I was driving. It was like super early in the morning, like 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, and I didn't see the deer. And I hit it, and I didn't know what I hit. But I heard the crunch. You know what I mean? Like, I knew something was wrong. I stopped at a gas station. I looked at the quarter pound, the front quarter pound. I go, "What the hell, man? There's hair, there's blood." I'm like, "Oh, no." So I wind up turning around, going back, thinking, what if I hit a person? I just didn't see him. So I go back, and I turn around, and there is a biker, and I can see his light. I'm like, "No, I didn't hit this biker, did I?" And then I see this deer stumbling across the street. And I'm like, "Oh, no, I hit this deer." And the deer, of course, probably went out into the woods and then got eaten by 12 coyotes. But thousands and thousands of dollars worth of damage to the Prius.
A little sabor.
Yeah, I don't think people like being called hacks.
You're the widow on the radio.
Giant Mexican, horn section.
Did you have me on your show to berate me? Is that what you're doing now?
Give me a freaking break.
I'm reacting to Art Bell.
Yeah.
Midnight in the desert. I'm Art Bell.
Scott Kaplan, eat a fat one, bro.
The Sedano and Cap Morning Show on 710 ESPN.
The all-new ESPN LA app and on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles.
We're bigger than U.S. Steel.
Wow, that's crazy.
Well, you want to Bit Boy.
Right now.
Monstrous. Beto, I don't want to eat that. We did it, Dad. We did it.
You were riding high on the Stinger last time.
Oh, big time. So,
Right, that's right. Of course we were.
because that brother got nice ties.
9:02 on a Thursday, a Providence Thursday. Happy we are live from St. Joseph's Hospital in Orange.
Yes, we are.
It's the I'm Still Standing show because it's been a very emotional morning. Emma Blake, my great ICU nurse, came by. Dr. Marin, who is part of the cardiology team here. And just now, Dr. Brian Lee came up to me.
Yeah.
Now, here's why this was, we don't talk a lot about Dr. Brian Lee, but he was the ER doctor when I first went in. And he came into the room. And, I'd been here for hours at that point. They had been running a lot of tests, a lot of scans, a lot of things. And he said to my uncle and I, the Italian stallion, he said, listen, it's just a little heart failure. If you clean it all up, you can make a full recovery. And at that point, my blood pressure's over 200, tubes coming out of every part of me. And Dr. Lee was very calm, and he just said, listen, it's just a little heart failure. We can get you through this. And to see him, because... And I am getting a little choked up here because Emma and Katie Cornella and everybody, I've remained in contact with them. I interviewed Katie for our Providence Pulse, and Emma and I have been connected on social media. But Dr. Brian Lee, the ER doctor, I haven't seen him in over a year. Yeah. And to see him a year later and what he said to me that night, which was Monday, February 3rd, 2025, when I first went into the emergency room at the back of St. Joseph's Hospital, and to be here a year later with you and the entire morning crew doing this is really tremendous. So thank you to Providence. Thank you to all of our teammates here at ESPN LA for clearing some space for the Morales Morning Show to shine today.
There you go.
On the Sedano and Cap Morning Show.
And I love how Dr. Lee comes over, and he goes like this. He goes, you look really good. Which what he was really saying was, God, a year ago you looked terrible. You look really good, kid. Yeah, well, I remember you a year ago. Boy, you were a mess.
That was an awesome surprise by the Providence team here. Dr. Kolsky, Dr. Brian Kolsky is going to join us around 9:30. We're going to talk more about cardiology, cardiac care, and the great care you get here at Providence. But Sedano, who joins us, headed to Detroit for the NBA on ESPN. Top of the hour integrity. We get ready for Lakers Suns tonight.
Yeah, Lakers Suns. Looks like Devin Booker could be playing tonight for the Phoenix
really?
Suns. Yeah,
I had him listed as out on the injury report. Okay.
I don't know. I don't have that. Let me double check. I thought I looked it up earlier. Give me 1 second. Stand by.
Okay.
Anyway,
got it
in
on
the meantime, oh no, you're right, Cappy. He is out.
Ball knower.
Oh wow, you stumped Sedano.
He will miss his fourth straight game. There you go.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm not really much of a ball knower. ESPN.com had him listed it out. I just went with it. Yeah. I just went with what ESPN.com had.
Yeah. Well, that's good news for the Lakers because obviously, they could use all the help they can get right now.
They got to get a win. They got to get like a confidence-building post-All-Star break kind of win. And, George, one of the things that's kind of surprised me a little bit that you and I talked about this when Luka Kennard was first traded to the Lakers. And we were looking at his numbers, and we're like, here's a guy who shoots like 48% from three-point range. Mm-hmm. And you said, yeah, but the problem with him is he's only shooting 2 to 3 three-pointers per game. And I'm saying to myself, okay, but when he comes to the Lakers need a laser. This is your first true laser. Because, we've seen how, some other potential lasers have not exactly had their beams on, if you will.
Yes,
so,
exactly.
So
where'd you get that one from?
I don't know. I was trying to come up with laser beam. It popped out of my mouth before I could fix it.
Beautiful.
So here's my question for everybody. Why do I see Luka Kennard, and he shoots two three-pointers per game. He's playing closer to the basket. Bro, stand outside, out behind the three-point range, wait for us to find you, and bombs away. Why is he not taking 4, 5, 6 3-pointers per game?
It's always been his issue. He's reluctant to shoot sometimes unless he's like wide open, you know? And you've heard JJ mention it. And by the way, it's not the first time a head coach has mentioned it. Ty Lue used to say it. Everybody that's coached him has said he needs to shoot more.
Well, I mean, you're JJ, you're the coach. You kind of, it seems like, handpicked a player who has a somewhat
I don't know
similar
if he handpicked anyone in this scenario.
Well,
I'm sure he was in on the conversation, but
don't we look at Luka Kennard and we think that he's kind of a JJ style of player? Like there's a lot of background that these guys share together.
I would say that they're not this. I mean, so the similarities are they're white shooters, sure, but
Okay.
I would say that they're personality-wise, they're not the same player.
Okay, tell me so I understand.
Were you getting hung up on just their white shooters?
Yes, well, there's a lot of whiteness all of a sudden.
There is a lot of
on
whiteness
the Lakers.
on the Lakers,
right? But I guess what I'm saying.
I mean,
is
listen,
that
man, JJ was a dog. Like JJ wasn't shy about shooting, and he didn't need the perfect dog. He didn't need the perfect look every time to get a shot off. He understood that because he was one of the best shooters in the sport, shooting at well over 40% for his career, that there was a level of gravity that would come to that the defense would have to shift towards him, that he created that level of gravity because of his ability to shoot. And Luke Kennard, not Luka Nard, is
hard to say Luke Kennard. You have to pause.
Is not made up the same way. Like he needs it to be perfect, right? Look, Cappy. So I'll give you an example.
All right, let me hear
a football example that I think you could relate.
You know,
to.
I need football analogies.
Correct. So you've played with guys, whether it was in college or maybe when you had a cup of coffee a number of times in the NFL, which is not anything to be, like looked at in any way other than, man, that's pretty awesome. I'm sure you were around plenty of guys and know plenty of guys in your time covering the sport that they need to be like 100% to play. You know what I mean? So I used to work with Mark Schlereth for years. And
Sedano and the Stink was the name of the show.
Sedano and Stink. Yes, not the Stink.
No,
Just Stink?
Just Stink.
Sedano and Stink.
Mm-hmm.
That makes
not
it sound
the
like
Sedano and Stink.
That makes it sound like Sedano.
It was a long
stinks.
time ago.
No, Sedano doesn't stink, I don't think.
Sedano and Stink.
Yeah, great.
Do you think
great
Sedano
time?
stinks?
I love Mark.
I love Mark Schlereth.
Great dude. So he would have that saying. He's like, well, that guy's 100%er. And I remember asking him the first time, like, what does that mean? He's like, oh, yeah, he's not playing unless he's 100%. Like, even if he's got, like, a hangnail, that guy's not playing. you know what I'm saying?
Anthony
So,
Davis.
like,
yeah.
And so it's not that with Luke Kennard. It's similar in the sense of he needs to feel like, oh, I've got this. This is a great look. You know what I mean? And sometimes it doesn't need to be a great look because you're such a good shooter that you're going to have the defense shift your way, and that will create a better opportunity, whether it's an offensive rebound because your shot's going to probably be online, or you could then move the ball, and by the way, it can swing back to you to get an even better look. So I think that sometimes with Luke, that's part of the issue, is that he needs that first look to be right, whereas JJ would get off the ball, get back on the ball because he would move around. And Luke does some of that, but just doesn't get to by the time he gets to that secondary or tertiary action, it's not there anymore. Like time is expiring, clock's expiring, et cetera, et cetera. So, yeah, like I think that's part of it. It's just a mental thing with a guy like that, whereas JJ was not wired that way.
Yeah, and I think that JJ, yes, white guy, shooter, Duke guy. So, there's just all this stuff that makes me think that this is a J.J. Redick kind of guy. And I would hope, again, I will grant you, J.J. is in his second year of coaching. He is, 100 and some odd games into his coaching career. He didn't have a college coaching career. He didn't have an assistant coaching career. My goodness, George, he didn't even coach his kids. At 7 years old. My point is, he'd never been a coach.
He did do that. Yeah, he did.
Well, you understand, I'm exaggerating.
Come on, why
we
do
have
you
a little
gotta do
exaggeration
that?
here.
Why are you trying to go anti-JJ today? That's my bit.
I'm saying this.
Facts only.
JJ needs to coach Luka Kennard to say, hey, young brother. What? That's what he's going to say to him.
Is that what he's going to say?
He's going to say, listen to me, young brother. Listen, you and me, we kind of come from the same world.
Okay.
We're Duke guys. We're white guy shooters. We're sharp shooters. We're high percentage three-point shooters. Bro, the only way that we can gain the most value out of your skill set is if you fire away from long range. We don't have that. We need that. We got you. And by the way, George, if you look at some of the numbers, he's 50% from three-point range in the last few games. But he just doesn't shoot enough, and he's too close to the basket. So that's all I'm trying to get at is it is, I think, JJ's job to coach him into giving the team what they need from him.
You think he needs to, preface it by saying, hey, just so you know, this is a common ground we have. We're both white shooters, so let's do this.
From Duke.
Okay.
From Duke. Don't forget about that.
Okay. I was just
There's
making
three
sure.
levels.
Making sure.
3 layers. So he's trying to communicate with that young brother right there. I mean, George, you agree or disagree that you got to get more three-point shots out of the guy?
Yes, no question. I said that literally when they traded for him.
I know, but that was a couple weeks ago, and I forget things quickly, you know?
No, I'm just saying, this has been a constant theme throughout his career.
Yeah, guy got to shoot, man. And listen, again, it just goes back to the beginning of the conversation. Lakers got to win this game tonight. They got to get a confidence win.
They need it badly.
Well, listen,
Lakers,
how about
Suns.
you get – what's that? Go ahead.
I was going to do a billboard, but go ahead.
Yeah, and Dave McMiniman has this DeAndre Ayton story, which I don't know if you got a chance to read all of it, but I did recently. And Austin Reaves, we talked about Marcus Smart, kind of towing the line on he's got to do better, but we need him, and he's trying, and that kind of stuff. Austin Reaves is shouting him out, yo, man, that guy changes our ceiling. They're doing everything they can to cater to this guy,
right?
And he's out there still bitching. About they're making me Clint Capella. And it really is just infuriating because he just doesn't get it, And in Dave's story, there's I believe it's an Eastern Conference executive that says, look, man, as a number one pick, the guy's underachieved. But they know they need him. If they're going to try to I think if they're going to try to unlock that three-man lineup, I actually think DeAndre Ayton needs to be a big part of it. And because he gives them an outlet, the three of them. But if his attitude's going to be oh, I'm not getting mine, it's especially after a game where he got a lot of opportunities. Yeah, I get they lost, but it's that's not the time to say they want to make you Clint Capella. If you want to say when you're, in a game against Memphis when you only get 4 shots that they're making you Clint Capella, maybe I'd understand that a little more. I don't understand it after a 1-point loss to Orlando where you had a ton of touches.
This goes back to a comment earlier in the week from J.J. Redick. Now, this is the Monday after the beatdown by the Celtics on Sunday. And here's what J.J. said, and I'll quote, "There was a clip last night or a play last night. Jaylen Brown goes to the floor. We've got a 5-on-4, and Ayton goes about 20% speed where it's clearly a man-down situation. So in terms of him running and putting pressure on the rim and offensive rebounding, particularly against switches and smaller players, he could be better there." I mean, here he is, really, JJ, airing out DeAndre Ayton, and understandably so. But at the very end of it, he's got to kind of clean it up and not just completely destroy his ego by saying, but, he could be a little bit better there. Not like he was awful. What a terrible job. You're giving me 20% out there. I mean, I need 120% from you. You're giving me 20%. It just seems like to try to get the best out of DeAndre Ayton, you've got to walk on eggshells around this kid because everybody gets coached differently. Some guys can take it. Some guys can take that Mick Cronin yell, scream, and other guys just crumble under that sort of pressure of a coach yelling at you. And it seems like DeAndre Ayton's ego is so fragile that everybody is trying to get the best from him by just being really soft with him.
I've told this story before, and when Shaq got traded from the Lakers, I got a chance to sit down with him extensively.
Sedano.
Hey,
Sedano, what's up, Sedano? Where do I go for some good Cuban coffee?
at that time, we remember there was plenty of friction with him and Kobe. So I asked him about his leadership style, and he said, look, my leadership style is what it is. I know I got to cater to different guys. And the example he used with me that day, which I use a lot still, is this. He's like, I knew with Nick Van Exel, when I had him, when I first got to the Lakers, that I could curse him out, and he would be better if I did that, right? He's like, I knew with Eddie Jones, I needed to kind of pat him on the ass a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And that's just to your point. Like, DeAndre Ayton needs a lot of pampering. And it's like, but they kind of are stuck because they know they kind of need him, and he kind of knows they need him, and he wants more, and it's like there's only so much more to give, you know?
Is this a real part of the story? Hold on, Cappy, real fast. Sorry.
Yeah, hold on, Cappy.
Oh, excuse me. Pardon me.
The great Bergman School of Content is talking.
Go ahead,
All right. This is in the story. It says members of the training staff wrap Ayton's water bottle in athletic tape and write DA's Crunk Juice. Drink this to unleash the beast in black marker on it before games. Is this like when in Space Jam with Michael's secret stuff?
That can't be real.
Did you say Crunk Juice?
How do you
spell
Crunk?
Crunk Juice. CRUNK.
That's on the 11th floor here. At
Okay, they got the Crunk Juice up there. Here at Providence?
Crunk Juice.
Yo, but not here at the Starbucks.
Hey, Doc, where's the Crunk Juice?
Yo, you guys got that Crunk Juice? How about SK's Crunk Juice? Or CMM's Crunk Juice?
Well, there's not as much of that in it.
Yeah, no. And they got the non-alcoholic Crunk Juice.
Oh, I thought you meant something else.
No. Different juice.
YouTube hour. It's okay.
Okay, right.
Well, he's not drinking, alcohol and Crunk Juice when he's getting ready for the game, right? Probably just some Gatorade.
No alcohol, but unleash the beast.
Unleash that beast.
What a disaster.
I really hope someone asks him about that in like a post-game scenario.
I mean, George, I hate to admit when you're right because it really bothers me because I'm never right. But you were right about DeAndre Ayton. I was hopeful about DeAndre Ayton. I had that, that positive spin. He's going to come here. He's going to put on that Laker uniform. He's going to be around LeBron and Luka. He's going to get, motivated by the stage that he's playing on. He's going to be motivated by games being meaningful. And truth be told, no surprise. I was wrong.
Well, Sedano, it's a theme these days. Lakers-Suns tonight. Coverage begins at 4:30 p.m., an early game. 6 o'clock tip-off in the desert. Coverage will begin at 4:30 with the Toyota Lakers countdown to tip-off with Beto Duran. Tip-off at 6 o'clock. Hear it on 7:10 a.m. terrestrially or in crystal clear digital audio on the all-new ESPN LA app. And then after the game, Lakers post-game show with Beto. And if it goes terribly wrong again tonight, post-game show is going to be lit again.
Oh, God. You see, the only reason that I would root for the Lakers to lose this game is for JJ's post-game. Because I will tell you that after losing the game to Orlando, I'm like, I'm sticking around for this post-game. But he didn't give me much. I think JJ has calmed down. He's taking his blood pressure.
I think he's on to you, Cappy. He's on to everyone.
Right. He's like, these guys actually think it's funny when I explode. Yes, we do.
Well, everybody listens.
By the way, this is how much they're catering to him. Forget about DA's Crunk Juice. Listen to this. Rob Pelinka, team president of basketball operations, okay? The POB.
PBO.
PBO. Yeah. Commissioned a black T-shirt with gold screen print depicting half of a lion's face and half of Ayton's face that he presented to the 27-year-old.
Yeah.
So
Because
not
JJ
just
says
that,
we need the lion.
they went and got a shirt for him.
I know. They're doing everything they can to play this emotional, inspirational game with a guy who just feels like he doesn't have the heart of a champion. He doesn't have the desire to win. Now, maybe I'm wrong, okay? Maybe I'm wrong, and if DeAndre Ayton's driving around right now going, who the hell are you? You don't know what's inside me. All I know is that when you got a team creating a T-shirt, because your coach says, we need the lion. We need him to be the lion. They're making T-shirts for you. They're trying to get you hyped, man. They're trying to get you motivated.
They should buy him a car or something, Like, what would you take to be motivated in that situation?
Crunk Juice.
You need more than a T-shirt and some Crunk Juice, right?
I don't know. Crunk Juice might get you fired up.
Like, yeah,
Maybe
give me
they
a
should
new
give
car.
him 200 milligrams of caffeine before a game.
There you go. Get him a little sponsorship
even-
with the what is it called again?
The
There we
whip.
go. There we go.
Yeah.
You see me dump truck at a hospital?
Yeah, you did. Everybody else saw it too.
I know. They're
Like, what happened there?
What are these two guys doing? They going to the 12th floor and going smacking around?
Right. He's going. What's the name of the chamber that we're going to?
Guys messing around. That's what we at.
The elimination chamber.
We were
Oh,
going
the
to the elimination chamber
chamber.
after that.
All right, just a few minutes from right now. Dr. Brian Kolsky is going to join us here as we do the I'm Still Standing show, because I'm still standing here at Providence, St. Joseph's Hospital in Orange. By the way, it is American Heart Month wrapping up here in February, but providence.org/SoCal Heart. We've heard people talking about it all month long. I've been talking about it a lot, about taking care of your heart, Cappy.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to take care of that heart, Jack.
I know I do.
You do.
I agree with you. I do. I think I started thinking to myself, well, I feel like I take care of my heart because I do a lot of cardio.
Right.
So I'm exercising.
But what are you putting in?
Well, I have a terrible diet.
Yeah?
That's
You
the
drink a
first
lot of
thing.
alcohol?
No, I don't drink that much alcohol.
You smoke the sticky icky?
I mean, on occasion.
You work with Sedano, which
that will raise your blood pressure a lot.
See, I like when he yells at me. Him and we had a nice phone conversation yesterday, and I was like, keep doing it. I like it. Maybe it's a weird mommy issue I got. And my mommy's here, by the way.
Yeah.
But I like when Sedano
And your mommy
smacks
loves
me
me,
around.
so there's that.
Mommy does love you.
When he starts screaming, God damn it.
Yeah, that was great.
I love it. You don't know anything about basketball. And then, wait, George.
Well,
I
no,
have my
that was
list
really
here.
not anything had to do with basketball. It was just you were driving me up the wall because I couldn't finish a sentence.
Well, because you called him at that point. You said, that's why you're a bit boy, not a host. I have it all written down here. I've got an ongoing list here.
Got a transcript?
Yeah, well, I'm trying, Jorge.
He does. I see it.
Jorge, just like you are keeping receipts on me.
That's right.
And how I said, don't trade. You're keeping receipts. I got a notebook here, and I've got an ongoing list of names that George has now called Christopher that he likes.
By the way, tune in to DeMarco and Travis all week for your chance to win a pair of tickets to Pechanga Resort Casino's annual wine festival and chocolate decadence. You like that chocolate decadence, huh? On Saturday, March 7th, when you hear the cue to call, get ready to sweet talk your way into a night of chocolate and wine. Visit pechanga.com for details and tickets. Cheers. Chocolate Decadence, by the way. They're going to have a short show, 90 minutes today, the DeMarco and Travis afternoon show, before Lakers basketball begins. All right, so tomorrow, Friday, we will be broadcasting live. We're not going to have Sedano with us because he's working late on the NBA on ESPN, but we will be live. Cappy, you, me, Gregory Arthur Bergman, producer Lindsay Baseball. We're going to be at the Visionworks in Fullerton, off the 91 freeway, Harbor and Orange Thorpe, right there, the Orange Fair Mall. We've got Lakers tickets to give away, and not that anything's more important than Lakers tickets, but how about the Sedano and Cap T-shirts? Limited edition, exclusive. You can't buy these. People have been in my DMs all week. Hey, how can I buy them? Guess what? You can't, scumbag.
Right.
You've got to come visit us.
I've had people hit me up. They're like, hey, how do I buy one of these? And that's just, it's interesting that people want to buy this merch.
No.
I'm like, you can't buy it. You got to drive to Fullerton.
Yeah.
And you got to come to Visionworks. And I don't think that's too much of an ask. If you really, really want the shirt and you really want to hang out with the squad.
4 T-shirts. By the way, Sedano, you haven't given any love to the Sedano T-shirt that has your face on it and it says 2 things can be true.
No. I'm sorry. I posted the better one with the curling. I didn't.
That's an illegal T-shirt.
I mean, you send me a lot of stuff, Chris. I got to be honest.
I don't. I just tag you in stuff.
Why do you think it's an illegal T-shirt? It's bootlegged. What's the problem?
Because it wasn't sanctioned by Good Karma Brands or ESPN Los Angeles.
Okay, but like,
still
is
nice.
it a problem? It's just a nice T-shirt. Very nice. Great material.
Yeah. Not sanctioned, actually.
Okay, so is there an issue, though? I mean, like.
Bit of an issue,
Come on, stop.
Bit of an issue.
No issue.
Not with me specifically,
With
but
who?
with people above me.
Who?
Well, tell them to take it up with me.
Yeah, you see, that's what I was going to say.
I don't think
Black
they're
hand
concerned with
coming
that.
in.
They'll take it up with Beto. So
No. Black hand.
No, tell them to take it up with me. Not with Beto.
You tell them that the gray hand, me, I'm handing it off to the black hand, Sedano.
No, now it's my issue, and I'll be talking to Beto about it next week. It's
What's
not that
the
big
issue?
of a deal.
No, it's not.
It's not that big of an issue to me. Beto's got far other issues to worry about.
Like what?
I'll get into it next week with him.
Oh, not with me.
Not with you, no.
Okay.
Yeah,
I can't
you
hear
have
the
nothing.
issues.
Yeah. I mean, it's you being involved because you guys are like got some T-shirt scam on the side going.
No scam.
Yeah, it's a scam.
No scam.
Yeah. You somehow caught him up in your T-shirt scam.
No. What happened
No.
What happened was. No,
T-shirt
here's what
game.
happened.
That's funny.
What happened is I used to have merch on my website.
Here's what I do know.
Yeah, tell me.
Beto was a top performer and amazing in my book till he got wrapped up with you.
Oh, man.
And now all of a sudden we got
Cappy.
problems.
T-shirt scam has now made Beto a bad guy.
Not a bad guy in my book.
Okay.
Just he's brought on unwanted attention.
Oh, come on. Hey, George, let me tell you something right now. I love the Sedano and Cap curling team T-shirts.
I do, too.
I think we should rock them proudly. I wore it on the other day, and it really pissed Chris off. He started rolling his eyes at me.
Well, because here's the thing.
Yeah.
It's a great shirt.
Tommy Lamb didn't pay for those shirts to get made.
Okay.
He got paid for the shirts with the partner logo on them that we're giving out tomorrow.
Right.
So you get how maybe Tommy Lamb was like, hey, man, why is it your talent are promoting the shirts that I didn't pay to just get made with a partner on it?
Well, Tommy should have paid for these shirts.
And Tommy, who fired Beto many times in the past, was like, oh, so Beto's making T-shirts now?
Well, let me ask you something. When you go to a Laker game, right, you can go into the store.
I will say this, no offense to Tommy and you, Beto's shirt is nicer.
That's great. Beto can make them for the other station in town soon.
Or how about this, just to throw an idea at you.
If Beto goes to the other station, then I'm going to the other station.
Yeah, you will not. They couldn't afford a month of your salary.
How about this, though? Just a thought. How about next time we're going to get T-shirts made for a partner?
No, I think you put Beto. Listen, I love Beto.
Yeah, have Beto make them.
I don't know why you inspired Beto to do this whole T-shirt.
I didn't inspire anything.
Beto was great.
No
and
inspiration.
Then he got circled in with you.
No.
And now I got to talk to him about T-shirts, which I don't want to talk to him about.
I think he should become the official T-shirt manufacturer of all T-shirts at ESPN LA.
I agree.
I would be fine with that.
Thank you, George.
But he made like 5 T-shirts. Can he make like 500 T-shirts?
Sure, of course he can.
Okay. And not charge for them.
Oh, that's different. Well, I mean, you said Tommy Lamb paid for the other T-shirts.
Yeah, but we have them made in a big volume. Like, it can't be like $10 a shirt.
No, Beto can – listen to me.
You trying to pocket Tommy Lamb's money that he paid
that guy's
to
more
make the
resourceful
shirts?
than everybody here combined.
He might be if he was – well, I'm not going to get into this. This doesn't need to be a Beto rip fest.
I don't think it's a rip fest.
It's not a rip fest at all. If anything, it's a defense of Beto.
Well, that – and also, and I think it's a future business. This is a – we're doing business here.
Speaking of doing business, we're actually going to talk to somebody, part of the group that is paying our bills, which is our Providence doctor here, Dr. Brian Kolsky, in just a few moments here, as the Still Standing show continues.
Why are you
Providence
and Tommy becoming corporate, you know?
Because we have overpriced contracts we have to pay for.
Because what?
We have a lot of overhead that we got to pay for.
Okay, well.
So they can't, the station can't lose money.
Okay. I mean,
we did that for 15 years
we made
before.
3 T-shirts? Like, I mean, it just seems silly.
I would even argue this, that those Sedano and Cap curling shirts, everybody wants our T-shirts that we're going to give out tomorrow.
So now here's where it could – see what he's doing?
Yeah.
Sedano, this is where the hook begins.
That's a whole new revenue
Now
stream.
you're going to say you should sell them.
Yeah, no, not me. The station.
No.
It's a whole new revenue
stream. We're not allowed
stream.
to sell shirts.
Well, let's figure out how to.
That's the Walt Disney Company that prevents that.
Well, let me tell you something right now. The word no is the beginning of the conversation that gets us to yes. When you're like somebody like me or Beto,
so here's what
you
I would
never
say
take
to you.
no for an
Cappy,
answer.
you're not wrong, but here's the problem with you and Beto always trying to get a yes.
Okay, tell me.
You don't understand all the obstacles that aren't 7-8-figure conversations in that. So the 7-8-figure conversations are much more important to certain people than the 3-figure conversation.
Right.
Does that make sense?
It does. And if we're having 7-figure,
Now, I don't have 7-8-figure conversations.
You don't?
Well, I have some.
What about 6-7-figure conversations?
Sometimes I do have 6-7-figure. By the way, Jacob and Rodney, the official personal injury attorney of the Sedano and Cap Morning Show. All I'm saying is we got T-shirts on Friday. I don't mind Beto getting caught up in your T-shirt scam. I love the kid. Okay?
Yeah.
I threw Sliwa off the boat for the kid.
You did?
Yeah.
Just tossed him.
Right.
Really?
No, I didn't.
No life preserver.
No, Sliwa no one threw Sliwa off the boat. We were trying to throw a life raft for Sliwa.
Yeah, we were actually. I love Beto. I am going to have an air check session with him next week.
Okay.
And I'm just going to say, hey, listen, this T-shirt thing, we probably could have collaborated a little bit better.
A little
Is that
collab.
fair?
Yeah, a collab.
Is that fair to
Yes.
say, Cappy?
Oh, no doubt about it.
That's fine. That's fine.
Right. And here's what would have happened. You and Tommy would have bought all these T-shirts with all of our catchphrases for tomorrow at Visionworks, and Beto would have gotten you a better shirt at a better price. Now, I don't really know if it's a better
so
shirt.
here's the problem when you say a statement like that.
Yeah, tell me.
You're ripping the person who makes all of this stuff.
Who does this?
Nick Yen and Radiate Media.
Oh, Nick,
who
you're
is
amazing.
a long-term partner
Nick,
of the radio
we love
station.
you, baby. We love you, Nick.
So see what you try to do?
Yeah.
You don't understand
I'm
all
hyping-
the business implications.
Well, then I'll tell you what. Do me a favor.
How about, you know how it all stops?
Yeah.
If you don't make a shirt on your own and you just say, hey, Chris, we want to make this shirt, what's the proper channels?
You know what you guys
Instead
should
of
do?
worrying
I mean,
about
that's
you
fair,
getting free
Cappy. There could have
passes.
been proper channels. Now, I did not know until the shirt was – I mean, I knew the shirt was in progress, let's call it. But I just assumed we went through the proper channels.
Oh, no, never assume that we're going through any proper channel.
We went through the Cappy channel.
Yeah, no, I'm not a proper channel guy. I'm a shoot first, ask for forgiveness later guy.
And here's the problem for Beto. Cappy told him, oh, no, we're good. But Cappy's we're good isn't the same as Tommy and Morales' we're good. Does that make sense, Sedano?
Yes.
Okay.
No, it does not. Doesn't make any sense.
All right, real quick, let's take a 90-second timeout. And then Dr. Brian Kolsky, one of the amazing, world-renowned cardiologists here, part of the Providence team in St. Joseph's Hospital, is going to join us. And we're going to talk about that heart beating during American Heart Month right here on the Sedano and Cap Morning Show on ESPN LA.
The Sedano and Cap Morning Show.
Focus Features presents the film Hamnet from director Chloe Zhao and producers Steven Spielberg and Sam Mendes. The AFI hails. Hamnet lifts the audience high above humanity. And now the Golden Globe winner for Best Picture of the Year has been nominated for 8 Academy Awards, including Best Actress Jessie Buckley and Best Picture of the Year. Hamnet, our stories live forever. Rated PG-13. May be inappropriate for children under 13. Now playing in theaters everywhere.
Purple and gold-blooded. The Lake Show play here.
Today, it's a Western Conference clash under the desert lights. The purple and gold look to take over Phoenix, Arizona.
Luka, long three. It's good. Huge three by Luka.
The Lake Show Battle the Suns. Coverage begins today at 4:30 p.m.
Every dribble, every dunk. This is the home of the Lakers. 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
Mason in Ireland, the biggest show on the radio.
I did 3 full-on movies in my career.
A whole, like you were like a main part? How do you do that? Over and over and over, say the same thing over and over.
Well, it's not Fincher. He's not, the directors aren't like driving you into the ground saying the lines over and over. You just need to nail it once. Like they call me One Take Mace.
Mason in Ireland, weekdays at noon on 710 ESPN, the ESPN LA app, and on YouTube.
This is the Sedano and Cap Morning Show.
Cap Morning Show 9:33 on a Thursday, a Providence Thursday. We are live from St. Joseph's Hospital in Orange. Cappy, it is the still standing show for me, and you hear that there, our friend Philly Ocean Yachtly Cruise singing, I'm still standing. Providence.org/SoCal Heart. American Heart Month is this month, and I've been talking about it for a year, about the amazing care I received at St. Joseph's Hospital here in Orange and a Providence hospital. Dr. Brian Kolsky is now joining us, a special guest this morning. Dr. Kolsky, you're and it says here, I'm going to read what they provided me, and I want to know if this is true. Dr. Kolsky is a highly skilled, nationally recognized cardiologist providing patients in Orange County with world-class heart care at Providence. Do you think that's a good...
It's all lies. No, yeah, I mean, I would say that we did that, you know, from the standpoint of Providence, like, we do a great job here, and I'm happy to be a part of it.
So I'm curious, we've been talking about Chris and his recovery from a year ago, and he was giving me a hard time about a little high blood pressure that I was dealing with this week. Explain.
160 over 81.
After what? You're rolling your eyes at me,
Look at the eye roll, Dr.
You're rolling
Kolsky.
your eyes at me. Do you know that today I've not had any coffee just because I was worried that you guys were going to take my blood pressure, and I was like, okay, I got to make sure I don't do anything. Is that a good idea? Like to not have, I mean.
You know, blood pressure is one of those funny things where, you know, it's 90% of it ends up being genetic rather than environmental. So it's like if you have parents of typically like Northern European background, like your chance of having high blood pressure is very high. So if it goes unaddressed, you can run into big problems down the road.
Okay, well, I'm addressing it.
Yeah.
I'm on whatever statin pill I'm supposed to be on.
That's for cholesterol.
Oh, that. Okay, my bad. My bad. Okay, well, there's 2 pills. I don't know what they're called. I'll show them to you if you want to see
as long as they work.
Yeah, I don't know if they're working or not because, I mean, my blood pressure was pretty high. But what is structural heart problem? What does that mean, a structural heart problem?
I would say the simplest way to explain structural heart disease is you have kind of the heart systems made up of the plumbing, which is like the arteries and circulation, the electrical systems of the heart, which is responsible for your heartbeat and everything else, and structural is kind of everything in between. The pump, the valves, the muscle. So really everything that doesn't fit into those two neat baskets.
Okay, all right.
Dr. Kolsky, at one point when I was in the ICU, so I came in with a 16% ejection fraction rate. I was in severe heart failure. I then had strokes and seizures. They put me in to the ICU and a little bit of sleepy time for a few days. And there was talk, I was asleep, but there was talk going around about a heart transplant, might have to happen.
Oh.
Obviously, luckily it didn't.
Ooh.
But you would have been the guy to have to do that possibly, right?
Well, I would be the one that would help you get the transplant, but we don't have a transplant program here. But we would have helped to dial you in if it got to that point, which we always, first and foremost, try to recover somebody's heart before having to send them for, a big deal like a transplant.
I was very lucky that now I have a 65% ejection fraction rate because of the amazing care I received here at Providence and the amazing cardiac team here at St. Joseph's Hospital. Now, for our audience that hears this and they hear again what Cappy said, what's a structural heart problem? People just know blood pressure, they know cholesterol, a lot of the top line terms. How do you get to a structural heart problem?
Yeah, I mean, typically it would be your manifesting symptoms of the heart not working great.
Like what?
Like you're short of breath, you're developing swelling, could be chest pain, dizziness, anything like that. And then typically what your doctor will do to work it up is get an ultrasound of the heart or an echocardiogram.
I had a lot of those.
Yeah.
Over the
So the echocardiogram really tells us how the valves are working, how the heart pump's working, and the structural issues.
But what's the test? I know I had a few years ago when I turned 50 where they put like a dye into you and then they kind of look all through.
Yeah, that's looking at the circulation. So that was probably a coronary CT angiogram or some type of CT scan.
Yeah.
And that really gets to the granular level on what's happening as far as plaque buildup, but doesn't tell you much about the structural, stuff.
Okay. And then as far as the structural stuff, it seems like Providence is a leader in this, and seems like colleagues from around the country kind of look to you guys for leadership. Why is Providence so special with this versus everybody else?
Well, I think, one of the things that Providence has been great with is encouraging research. And anytime you're a facility that's researching new valve technologies or new ways of doing things, you kind of push the envelope forward and you push the whole field of structural heart disease forward. And that, I think, it's actually pretty unusual for a community hospital to be so proactive as far as kind of encouraging research and forward thinking. And we've got some great clinical trials going right now, and we've done some great clinical trials. So
interesting.
So a lot of, our audience, and I've been very open since day one about my recovery, and part of, for me, it was alcohol that caused the heart failure. I was an alcoholic. I'm still an alcoholic. I'm 14 months sober now, and will never drink again. But a lot of our listeners, obviously, we promote alcohol. Alcohol is a big part of sports. They DM me, they message me when they see me at events, and they go, is alcohol really that bad, Chris? Can't you just have one drink again? And I'm like, no, I can never have another drink. It's poison to my heart. But why is alcohol so bad for the heart?
Well, I think, it's like anything, you have a spectrum of, people that are really heavy drinkers. It's a directly toxic substance for, cardiac tissue. In somebody who has one drink here and there or every once in a while, they're probably okay. But I think the way you have to really look at what you're putting in your body is, what is this doing for me and my health? And if you look at alcohol, I mean, the data is pretty significant. It's poison, and at any level, at any kind of amount, there's no really good amount of alcohol.
Okay, let me ask you this, though, because people are now thinking out there about heart care. And, like, for me, I don't have a good, clean diet, So, like, I'm not turning down a piece of bacon, I mean, how important is diet to your heart health?
Probably the number one thing.
Really?
Yeah. I would say you're the number one things if you want to live a long time and be healthy, it's lifestyle. So getting adequate sleep, getting a good exercise, getting a sweat on a few times a week, and then kind of treating food as the best, most important medicine in your life is going to be the thing that leads to the highest, longevity. So
because this guy was giving me a hard time the other day because I went for a 4-mile walk, which I normally just do. I just walk around 4 miles, no big deal, right? But I put on a 50-pound weight vest. And he said, what are you putting on a 50-pound weight vest for? I said, because I'm trying to push myself. I think that's good for my heart, is it not?
No, absolutely, yeah. It's like, I take care of a lot of athletes and golfers, and I say, if you look at, the exercise you get from walking 18 holes, it's a tremendous amount of exercise. If you carry your golf bag on top of it, it's an even, you're actually getting about 60% of the time you're getting a decent cardio workout. So it doesn't have to be, when you talk about working out, and, it's not like you have to go to your 24-hour fitness for 2 hours a day, and you can incorporate it into your lifestyle, which I think is more apt to be successful, longer term.
Now, Dr. Brian Kolsky with us here on the Sedano and Cat Morning Show, live from Providence St. Joseph's Hospital. I want to ask you this. I'm not 56 years old. I'm 42. But if you were 56 years old and you had high blood pressure, maybe like 160 over 82, which I mentioned, would you dare put a caffeine pouch of 200 milligrams of caffeine into your gum on a random morning?
I would say that doesn't sound like the best idea. In general, caffeine, it's one of the things that constricts blood vessels, and people who have high blood pressure tend to be naturally sort of more constricted. So the things that kind of dilate the blood vessels are going to be better for you in the long run. But, yeah, I mean, that
like what?
A cup of coffee here and there is great. In fact, there's data with coffee. Moderate coffee drinkers have less memory problems and less Alzheimer's down the road. So I'm not – and coffee has – if you talk about just black coffee, actually has some pretty darn good, things.
There we go, Dr. Kolsky. I have it here in my notes because Sedano, who does the show with us from ESPN, you see him on the NBA on ESPN, we drink black coffee a lot. And Cappy is one of these guys. We're trying to tell him black coffee is good for you. It's all the crap we put in coffee that makes it bad.
So I've just converted to black coffee. I've just finally
gotten done. Club.
Yeah, I've just finally gotten done with all the sugar and the creamer. I mean, I've completely converted to black coffee now. But you tell me, is it better to go for like a long walk where you're like just aerobic, or is it better for you to spike your heart rate and put in anaerobic workouts? I mean, what would you
I would
suggest?
say incorporate, about 50% or 40% of your workout, incorporate that, getting to that anaerobic threshold and getting that muscle burn and getting the heart rate up. If you can do that into your workout, just throw some stairs in, throw a weight vest on, throw, whatever you can do to get your heart rate up. Just walking is great. Lowers stress, lowers blood pressure, burns calories. But you need to add you need to break a sweat to really get more of the benefit.
There you go, Cappy. Dr. Brian Kolsky, thank you for being
part.
I know we're going to chat in a few minutes and record some stuff for future episodes, but it was great to see you.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Let me ask you a quick question here. So I'm trying to decide, should I let my hair go gray or should I completely – because I color it, and I don't care.
If you couldn't tell,
I'll tell people I color. People have been telling me, though, let it go, let it go. How long have you let yours go? You got a very Phil
Donahue,
Donahue,
man. Yeah,
old school.
Let it go, man. I've been gray since college.
Come on.
So,
you're kidding.
Yeah. Hey, I'll take it from the alternative of losing it. So, yeah.
Right. Well, you got a nice head of hair there.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
I'm just looking at it. It looks very distinguished.
And I got a gift for our man here on his 1-year comeback.
Oh, well, thank
you so much. This is from the Providence family.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate all your support.
Thank you so much.
Everything you've done for us.
Let's open it up.
Here, hold on. Let me get a video going.
Are you going to get a video?
Yeah,
I mean, there's video
I know,
everywhere.
but nobody has this POV.
Well, there you go.
Okay. Hey, doctor.
Oh, look at this. Now, this is going in the office at the station. How beautiful is this?
Hey, now.
A Providence jersey with everybody's signature of the great team here.
Oh, that's great.
That took care of me.
And look at this whole team right here. Big shout-out to this entire team that's out. Yeah, give yourselves a round of applause. Let everybody out there hear you. Look at this. What a beautiful thing, man. What a family. What a team.
What an amazing team here that took care of me here at Providence. It is American Heart Month. Providence.org/SoCalHeart. Cappy, he's telling you,
man, he's cool.
Dr. Kolsky's telling you no caffeine pouches.
No, he said, well, by the way, I just want to say, I only have taken them twice.
Yeah, but I can make a bit out of anything.
I know you can, and you're good at it.
That's what I do.
I know you do.
Oh, that's so great.
Yeah,
Providence is amazing here. I love them.
This is really cool, man. I mean, I thankfully have not spent enough time or don't want to spend any time in
look at this. I didn't even see this. 1 year stronger and an ultimate comeback story.
You better put that in a frame, pal.
Wow, this is getting framed in the
office.
office.
You better put that in a frame.
That's awesome.
That is really cool.
All right, real quick, as we like to do each weekday at 9:30, we bumped it about 15 minutes for the Lindsay segment, brought to you by Hernandez Wholesale Flooring. If you're in the market for new flooring, shop at Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, where every day is a deal, no gimmicks. Call 866-62-FLOOR or go to HernandezWholesaleFlooring.net. No sale beats wholesale. We like to play a TV theme. I hear the Godfather theme playing. You can follow her at Lindsay Baseball on Twitter, Instagram. Take it away, producer Lindsay.
Thanks, Christopher. Well, we're playing The Godfather because of this funny story that I have. And since we've got an abbreviated version of the Lindsay segment, I'm going to let this play a little bit underneath the sound clip from new Browns head coach Todd Monken on a gift he received from their quarterback.
In fact, for my birthday, I got this package. I thought it was for my wife. It's like this package, and opens it up. It's like this porcelain, like horse head. And it's from Shadur. He sent me a gift on my birthday. And I asked him, I said, what was the meaning? He said, well, I just really liked it. I said, I got myself one. I said, well, great.
So Probably one of the weirdest gifts that somebody could give. Obviously, for anybody who's familiar with The Godfather, the horse head means, like they're going to die, basically, right? They're going to, how would you say it? They're going to,
cut your head off.
They're going to take care of you. They're going to take care of you.
They're going to make an offer you can't refuse.
They're going to whack you.
Right.
Like Sedano made me an offer I couldn't refuse many years ago where he said, listen, I got to do more NBA games. I'm going to kiss you on both cheeks. We're going to bring in Cappy. We're going to do a beautiful thing in the morning one day. And I said, I kind of looked at him like, are you going to put a horse in my bed if I say no? He goes, we'll take care of things that we have to take care of. I go, okay. And then I signed my life away to Sedano.
And here we are.
So do you guys think that Shador was trying to send a message?
Probably.
Think so, Cappy?
Well, it's funny because you said that he got a gift from his quarterback, and I honestly didn't know who the quarterback was.
He said in the clip, Shador.
Yeah, I know. But I was like, is he getting a gift from Deshaun Watson? Is he getting a gift from Dylan Gabriel?
No, that's not the question. The question is, do you think that Shador knows what that means and that he's sending a message, or do you think it's completely innocent?
I think it's completely innocent. I think that the likelihood of Shador knowing the Godfather that well and the what it means, I'm going to go with Shador has no idea.
You should have sent it to Stefanski.
You're no fun. Hey, Baker
really,
Mayfield. Baker Mayfield probably sent one to Stefanski. They got beef. Right, that's the
it kind of sounds like Shador is sending gifts like, hey, coach, I'm the quarterback. Just want you to know that I gave you a nice gift.
It was his 60th birthday, so it's kind of a milestone. Like, hey, it's a big birthday. I'm going to send you a present. I think it's hilarious.
Actually am really happy. I'm happy that they have a 60-year-old coach. Because as much as the NFL has gone towards, you got to be 32 or 35, guys like Dan Quinn, Mike McCarthy, and this guy Todd Monken are showing you that, you can still be an effective head football coach. See Andy Reid and be over 55 years old.
Yeah, and if you don't get with the program and, make sure that Shador's the guy, then, you're
going to get whacked.
Yep, exactly.
Leave the gun, take the cannolis, Cappy.
I'll do it.
Actually, I think he just said cannoli.
Okay.
Not cannolis, just cannoli.
Just singular, cannoli.
You can't have more than one cannoli because of your heart,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, really. I'm so happy that nobody's taking my blood pressure here today, but on the other hand...
you really think they're just going to
I think they're going to show up with one of those machines, like that rolling machine.
We can get you upstairs if you want.
To the torture chamber?
The torture chamber.
Or what was it called?
Or Dr. Schwann's on the fourth
floor. The elimination chamber.
The elimination chamber, not the torture chamber. I think torture might sound better than elimination.
Hey, why did you guys never put on the scrubs?
We never did put on the scrubs.
Because we're dressed nicely.
We are. We're both looking sharp
your
today.
Clothes.
But, it's scrubs. Should do it for the bit.
You and Dr. Clapper should run around smacking each other with scrubs.
No doubt. Anybody see the reboot of Scrubs last night?
No.
Yeah, we're just a couple of guys messing around. That's what we are.
I'm going to watch it tonight.
I didn't even watch the original Scrubs.
You didn't?
No, but
it's
Bergie.
great. Yeah.
Bergie. The lady who used to be the female on my old show way back in the day, the Scott and BR shows, okay? No, her name is Linda Welby.
Okay.
Her daughter is now one of the new stars of Scrubs.
Wow.
Graduated from USC and had this one-woman kind of a stage show. I know she auditioned at one time for SNL, even though she's super young. She's probably 24, 25. And she's now one of the new, fresh faces of Scrubs. Her name is Ava Bunn. So check her out tonight if you're going to check out Scrubs.
I will.
Ava Bunn.
Was it good?
It's a nice sell there for Scrubs.
Yeah.
What's it even on? Is it on Peacock?
It's on Hulu.
Oh.
And television-wise, it's on ABC.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, so last night it was on ABC at 8 o'clock, and tonight I guess it moves over to Hulu.
Oh.
Yeah, so a little bit of love for a USC alum. Okay. Fight on.
Well, I won't be watching Scrubs. I'll be watching Lakers Suns.
Okay. Well, the Lakers Suns game is early.
After.
Yeah. After, guess what I'm doing? I'm going to sleep because we got Visionworks tomorrow morning.
Well, that and you know what the doctor just said. Sleep is critical for heart.
It is 100% critical. All right, time for our daily Don't Sweat the Small Stuff calendar. And I didn't bring the calendar with me because I was afraid I'd lose it. But guess what I did? I took pictures of it.
Oh, smart boy.
For today, Thursday, February 26, 2026, based on the book, Don't Sweat the Small Stuff that producer Lindsay gave us, put a positive spin on it, which is very much important today. Whenever we are able to put a positive slant on a situation, whatever it is, it helps us to grow as a couple, like you and me, Cappy, or me and Berkey at the Greg Bergman Content School. Come up with a creative solution and keep things in perspective. It keeps bad days from becoming worse and difficult experiences from tearing us down. Mostly, It keeps us from sweating the small stuff.
Nice way to bring it home.
9:51 on the Sedano and Cap Morning Show, live from Providence, St. Joseph's Hospital. What a day. Now, I'm going to spend the next few hours. I know you're going to do the Cappy Cast.
Yep.
Oddly enough, you're going to the 5th floor.
Yeah, I am. I'm going to the 5th floor. I think that's where Dr. Schwanz's office is.
But I'm going to spend the next few hours talking to Katie Cornell, who I talk about on the air. We're going to record a bunch of Providence Pulses. That's what we call the Providence edition of the Meet the Partners podcast.
Okay.
It's called the Providence Pulse.
Smart
idea. So I'm going
idea.
to talk to Brian Kolsky about inflammation and how that affects the heart. Katie Cornell is some other great guests here for the next few hours, and I can't wait to bring that content to everybody. Because here's the thing, oddly enough, and I know a lot of people who listen hate me, a lot of people are eating up this content about heart because you know why?
Well,
guess what we do as men and sports fans and women who are sports fans? We eat, we drink, we smoke sometimes, and we have high blood pressure. And so many people are just looking. You can Google, you can chat GPT, what should I do with my diet? And we never do it. And then something happens to somebody you know or somebody you love,
and then
somebody you
fix
listen
it.
to,
Right.
and then you fix it.
Right.
And I am so overwhelmed by the amazing people that I get to talk to every day on Instagram, on Twitter, that are just like, hey, as much as Sedano and Cap give you a hard time to stop saying you almost died, keep telling the story because you're helping so many people. And listen, I don't know how many people I'm really helping. I just try to help one every day, and I try to talk to at least one person about sobriety or how they can take care of their heart. I'm an alcoholic. I drink a lot. I didn't take care of myself. So for the people in the YouTube chat and people on social media that like to take a rip of like, well, you didn't take care of yourself, and now you're talking about being healthy, yeah, that's how life works sometimes.
Yeah, I know. I mean, everybody knows somebody that had a heart attack, and the next thing you know, they come back, and now all of a sudden they walk 7 miles a day, and they don't eat certain things anymore. They've changed their lifestyle. And I just think that, like a day like today, we could sit here all day long and talk about Lakers and Suns. We could talk about the Kings last night losing, but, what a great goal by Kempe, and it's great to see the bread man, the Panarin man, get involved with an assist. We can talk sports all day long, but I know that there are plenty of guys and girls out there that are driving around that talk about a lot of other things, including their health. And I think on a day like today where we're here at Providence and we're meeting these doctors and we're talking about your story, I think we're doing right by a lot of people. So, and I haven't even looked at the YouTube chat because I haven't looked to see, hey, would you get back to talking sports?
Actually, we haven't had a lot of that today.
Good.
Because I think people realize, A, the power of the story overall, and we've talked about my story so much thanks to our great partners now at Providence and how much they have allowed me to tell the story past just, somebody part of the ESPN LA family going through this, but really being able to educate people and help people to go see the doctor, take your blood pressure, maybe change your lifestyle a little bit. It's never too late. It's never too late. I was 42 years old. You're 56 years old. Even at 90 years old, you can make the last 10 years. Oh, I guess if you're bleeding bad health, you wouldn't make it tonight.
No, that's why.
It was a bad one. It was
That's
a bad
why
one.
What you do today is preparing you for a healthier, better life. That's why, even just lifting, you don't have to lift heavy anymore. You're not trying to set new bench press records. But, man, you got to work those muscles all the damn time so that when you're 75, you go, yeah, thankfully when I was 55, I was doing all this stuff. It kept me in good shape.
It is time for the Dealer's Choice Real Deal, brought to you by our friends at Sellers Advantage. Want to sell your house? Before you call an agent, call Sellers Advantage. They'll buy it as is with a competitive cash offer. No repairs needed. They make selling easy, Cap. Call 888-390-AS-IS for a no-obligation offer or visit sellersadvantage.com. DRE 01961658. I can only imagine where you're going to take me today.
Okay, listen, Lindsay, Bergie, Briones. Everybody will have a vote at the end of this conversation.
Okay.
But here goes. Listen to this story. One of my best friends, one of my top 5 best friends on the planet, is a very rich guy.
How rich?
Exceptionally wealthy.
8 or 9 figures?
Keep going. He's
really
exceptionally
well,
wealthy.
He's a billionaire?
Okay.
He owns horses?
No, he doesn't own horses. That's why he's rich.
The horse.
He's an exceptionally wealthy guy. Now, the beauty of this individual is he loves to take care of his friends. He likes to take his friends on exotic vacations because to him, the money doesn't mean anything. It's the camaraderie. It's the people he wants to be with. So he has a big birthday coming up. And his last big birthday, which was 10 years ago, he took everybody, 12 people, so 6 couples, on a yacht trip in Italy. And we got on a 180-foot yacht, and we sailed from Nice, Italy, and the whole French Riviera, making stops along the way, exotic dinners and clubs. The things I could never, ever, ever afford on my own, okay? So we got together the other day, and he's got a big birthday coming up, and he said, now listen, he goes, we're going to do the yacht trip again. This time we're going to Greece.
Wow.
Yeah. He's in. All you have to do is get yourself to Greece. So you buy your own plane ticket. You land in Greece, and then everything will be taken care of from there.
Right.
You just take care of your own transportation.
Oh.
Okay, so far so good, right?
Yeah, but I see the wrinkle coming.
What do you think's coming?
I think the Rachel and wrinkle's coming.
So here's the deal. So he's like, listen, there are 6 couples on the boat, okay? And 5 of the 6 of them are all married couples.
Oh, boy.
He's like, now, his best friend from childhood is divorced.
Uh-huh.
And I'm currently divorced, not married.
Correct.
But, of course, I'm in a 7-year relationship. So, for all intents and purposes.
Some may say after 7 years you get married.
I'm practically married.
Practically, but not truly.
So this friend of mine says to me, he goes, listen, we really, really, really want you to come on this trip.
So you're saying you got to get married to go on the trip?
No. I would have to break up to go on the trip. In other words, here's what I mean. So there's 6 rooms on the boat.
Uh-huh.
And there's 5 married couples.
Uh-huh.
And his very best friend, his number 1, is a single guy.
Right.
Because he's divorced.
Uh-huh.
So now it's like you and him will share a room with the 5 married couples. So therefore...
But does the single friend get down like you and Rachel get down so you could all be together?
Well, here's the point.
No.
He says, we don't have room for Rachel.
Oh.
So he told me...
just go.
Well,
I actually, oddly enough, and maybe this is I can't believe I'm actually saying this.
Okay, so here's the bottom line. He told me, he goes, listen, I gotta have an answer from you by a certain date. He goes, so here's the deal. He goes, if you go, chances are Rachel will never speak to me again. She'll be pissed. He goes, but it's going to be the craziest trip of all time, 200-foot yacht, Greece, everything, right? Okay, people are over. Okay,
yeah, you can't do it, Cappy.
So to me, here's the thing, and I already hear this in my head. Rachel, I'm going on an exotic vacation on a 200-foot yacht in Greece by myself. At that point, she either bobbits me, okay, a reference that some people will get.
Not a lot of people got, but I got it.
Or she breaks up with me.
Yes.
How could you go on an exotic vacation by yourself when we haven't even had a chance in 7 years of dating? We go to Mammoth, we go to Cabo. We haven't gone on an exotic vacation. We haven't gone to Europe yet. So
all you do is buy toys at Walmart for her.
Well, I mean, listen, you got to have vacation time. 15 minutes can be a vacation. So I'll ask everybody here.
Yes.
Do I, A, go on this exotic vacation by myself knowing this is the end, she'll kill me? Or do I say to my friend, I'm so flattered to be invited, and gosh, I'm so glad that I'm like this close, but there's no way I can possibly go without her.
Start with Gregory Arthur Bergman.
All right, Bergie, what do you say? What would you do if you were me?
I would say you already know what you're going to do. You are going to say, thank you very much. That was very kind of you. My girlfriend is saying I have to stay home.
Oh, see, why'd you add that wrinkle at the end?
All right, Briones, you're a married guy. You're in my position. What do you do?
I'd say the same thing, Chris.
No, I would. I would be like, look, I'm gonna hang out with my friends. You know my friends. I'm gonna go without you. I'm sorry. You're gonna have to sit this one out. I'm going regardless. I would go. You should go.
Okay, Christopher.
I'd say I love the invitation, but listen, as much as we're friends, I'd rather hang out with Otis, the buddy, and Stephanie anytime. So I'm staying home.
Lindsay?
I would go, for sure.
And that's why the Lindsay's the single one in the group.
Hey, Jorge just said that he would go.
Okay, what, Steffa, go or no go? If Chris told you he was going without you to Greece on a yacht trip, oh, you'd plan your own trip. Okay.
And she knows that feta cheese is going to end up in places.
Stallion, what do you say? You go or don't go?
The Stallion.
There's no way I'm going.
T.O. Stallion.
There's no way.
We know
no way.
We
no
know
way
Cappy.
You're going.
You won't even
There's no way.
You should.
You won't even watch a Lakers game on a Saturday night. Let's be serious.
You have to sneak the phone in. You have to sneak the phone in to watch it.
There's no way. I mean, I am so flattered to be invited on this trip, but come on, without her, she'll kill me.
All right, 10 o'clock in the Southland. You got to get upstairs to do the Cappy Cast.
Right.
I'm going to keep rolling content here. Thank you to everybody at Providence St. Joseph's Hospital for an amazing day. The 1-year anniversary, the Still Standing show. We'll remember this one for a while, Cappy.
Yeah, man. And I'll see you tomorrow at Visionworks.
I'll see you tomorrow at Visionworks. Everybody have a beautiful Providence Thursday. We'll see you tomorrow at Visionworks in Fullerton for a Friday. The Rich Eisen Show right now on ESPN LA.
All right.
Hour 2 of the Rich Eisen Show is on the air live on Disney Plus, the ESPN app, ESPN Radio, Sirius XM Channel 80. Thrilled to be here. Day number 3 of the Scouting Combine, but